Oh boy, here we go again. The Joe Rogan Experience podcast is brought to you by the Fleshlight. Yeah.
No,
Eliza.
I mean, it's great.
It is great.
It's your sponsor.
It's not, right? It's more known than dildos. There's no like one dildo company that's known as much as the Fleshlight is known, right?
Isn't it for you to put your wiener in?
Your wiener, yes.
This is
But
the
it's not like
bubble.
just like it's for fucking. Like it's not.
Yeah, fuck it.
But why? What's the point of having a light?
Oh, it's not really a light.
Oh, it's just a joke.
But John Heffron had a great joke about it should have a light because no one ever knows where their flashlight is, but everyone always knows where your flashlight is, which is very funny. It's really and very
Ew,
smart.
that is that noise.
But for the folks on iTunes,
Wait.
Brian has just pulled the actual fleshlight
A fish
body
out of the bucket.
But even
move.
worse,
Out
as
of
you pulled it out, Blanche opened her mouth and she has horrible fish breath. So the second you did that, I smelled that. It was interactive.
Wow.
Blanche would be Eliza's dog who's
Sorry.
sitting in her lap.
That's Blanche's dream, I guess. A butthole that she can smell anytime.
What?
I thought it was
That's
a
why she put
vagina.
That
No, this one's a butthole.
That's a
That's
butthole.
why
I
Blanche
thought it was
opened
just
her
a really
mouth.
tight vagina.
It's a really tiny
Without.
one. Well, it essentially is, right? I mean, that's what you're asking for.
Sure, it's the same thing. I roll
Basically,
both ways.
Whatever, it's just a hole. Ugh. This is a fake one. Does that offend you? Like when you see like a fake vagina?
Why would it offend me?
Some people get offended. Some girls, they don't like
Because
the
you should be
idea of it.
fucking me instead.
No, it's not. Some girls, I'm sure, you know needy girls that probably would think like that, right? Don't you know
Like-
some crazy girls?
Yeah, for sure. So you're saying like girls are like, why do you need that when you
Yeah.
could have this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such odd.
They can get angry. Do dudes have, well, I don't want to ask
If your
you.
boyfriend had
I don't want to ask you if you've ever had a sex toy. If you want to offer up any information, feel free ready now. Go.
I will tell you this. I don't prescribe to that ideology because I feel that it will set you up for disappointment. Like no man is ever going to be able to move as rapidly as a vibrator.
Right.
So I just completely abstain from that and it's fine. I've been given, like I'll do shows and they'll be like, we're giving out free dildos. And it's embarrassing to walk out of there with a bag of dildos. And like one time for my birthday, a comic came and he brought like a bag of sex toys. And you know, your parents come to visit. Like you don't want that around. And so
Exactly.
I just don't.
Dude, I'm with you. I'd rather feel less good
Most of the time.
most of the time. Anyway,
Get that ad. It looks like a squid.
go to joerogan.net, click on the link for the flashlight, enter the code name Rogan, and you will get 15% off. The number one sex toy for men.
Joe, you know a tip that we've never thought of?
What is that,
Like
Brian?
you could only have to buy the vagina version of the fleshlight because the other side does have something that looks like an asshole, at least an asshole enough that...
Yeah, but
that-
it doesn't fit into the thing right. You'd have to have a different sort of setup.
Yeah, like you can make your own probably.
Yeah, you'd have to have some sort of a different base to it.
How much
Yeah.
are they?
Yeah, what you're saying, essentially, I see what you're saying. What you're saying is it doesn't have to be one or the other. It should be both.
Yeah, you should have it
Yeah.
on both sides, like a real woman.
Yeah.
You know?
But
You-
it would be in a weird, it's not the same spot. They're like right next to each other. It wouldn't really work.
No, I mean just make a fleshlight that just make
Well,
a
if you're on your side, they're next to each other.
Yeah, but not like this.
just make a
Not like-
fleshlight that you can fuck both sides that has caps on both sides and just call it like a
Yeah.
flesh saber
Oh,
instead
yeah,
like a
it's way
lightsaber. You know,
Right.
like-
Difficult this way.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
I
You
don't.
totally got a good idea. What he's saying is it should be two-sided. Like the butthole should be one option.
sometimes I feel like sometimes
okay.
I feel like a nut, sometimes I don't.
I see what you're saying. I feel you. I feel you on this.
Yeah. With that, I guess that one would cost more then.
Yeah, but you know what? How much more, really? And
Not
what
much
a,
more.
What a superior product you'd be putting out. But anyway, the fleshlight, as it stands, solid product.
There's no light, though.
Brian and I give it 2 thumbs up.
Or there should be a subscription base, you know, like you can just like have it. You get $20 a month. You can have any fleshlight you want, and then when you cancel
Like a
it, you have
Fruit
to
of the
send
Month
them all
club.
back.
A fleshlight of the month club.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
but you
that's
would
a good
never
idea.
trust the fact that the one you were getting had not been fucked already.
Or it's not the shittiest one, and they just send it because it's part of the prescription. I think it should live up to its name. And like a carnival game, the harder you fuck it, the more it lights up, so you know you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing.
Oh wow, we're on such a strong delay. I'm looking
Yeah.
at the image on the screen.
Yeah. That's the amazing artwork that somebody sent you.
I don't have a
Yeah, I got to get that dude's name. It's awesome.
It's so amazing that I just want to stare at it all day. That's one of those amazing pieces of art that you can sit there and find so many things in. Just
yeah,
random,
I'll have to find out
ridiculous
this
things.
guy's name. He sent it to my manager. Just some super cool fan dude. Whoever you are.
That?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, this piece of art. I love what you've done to this studio, Joe.
Well, it's my office, man. It's
Your
not really a
office.
studio. I just threw up some pictures. Needed some life on the walls. I had accumulated a bunch of cool pictures, but done nothing with them. And then finally, I put them up there. This fucking room is like right out of Hoarders now, though. It's so crazy. It's so
There's
stacked
cat
with
feces.
shit.
It's in a litter box, to be
Yeah.
fair, but
Yeah,
it's one of the
it's
components
true.
you need.
That is one of the components you need.
No.
Yeah, my cat,
that show.
she doesn't really like to be anywhere else at night than in my office. And it's like my kids are always wandering around. The one place my kids don't wander around is in my office. So I figure, you know what, I should just keep the litter box in my office. I should bite the bullet. It's so gross, though.
It's
You're
not
just
gross.
smelling cat shit all day. Dude, it's gross. I gotta get in there and open the top and scoop it out and flush it. And my cat waits until I'm there to take the nastiest shits. Like, she waits. I know she does.
She feels
'cause, like,
comfortable with you.
I'll come home and I'm gonna check my email and I hear scratch, scratch, scratch. I'm like, oh, you little bitch. And she just drops a fucking stinker.
I had something worse happen, Joe. My cat recently was sick and had like some kind of urinary tract infection, I guess. You know, so I tried to give it cranberry juice for a while, but nothing. It's hard to give cranberry juice to a cat.
Does that work?
might
Yeah,
kill it.
it has to.
Yeah.
But
Kill it.
I don't think you can drink
We
cranberry.
got good news and bad news. Urinary tract infection gone.
but it was trying.
Cat gone.
It started doing that horrible shit where it just started peeing because it couldn't control itself,
God.
and it did it in my bed, all over my bed.
Blanche has done that.
And
whoa.
cat pee, if you know anything about cat pee
Ooh.
and nasty, I have a really nice fucking bed, and now it just smells like cat pee, and I've washed it,
Yeah.
I've tried scrubbed it, I can't do anything, so I'm about to find something that smells worse than cat pee, just because I'm so sick of that cat pee smell on it.
Yeah, you gotta get it's unfortunate, but you gotta get rid of the mattress.
Yeah,
It's in
You
the
have
mattress.
to. It's in the mattress. That you can get that stuff that they sell at
urine gone.
yeah, but it doesn't really work.
You're in, you're out.
I mean, it works a little. It sort of what it does is it's some sort of citrus-based thing. And
Yeah.
it breaks down the smell of cat urine to a certain extent.
But cat urine is like glitter that's
It's
never
like-
going to go away.
You
It's-
remember
Yes,
you
you're
would
gonna find
go-
it for years.
Yeah.
I don't know if your grandparents were like mine, but grandparents they start shitting in a certain way where it really fucking smells awful. Like old people shit is like the worst.
right.
Was there
And
so
I
many
th-
drugs in it, you think?
Old people shit?
Like, 'cause
I think
they have
they're
so much
dying.
medicine?
They're dying probably. The
Yeah.
diet, not that healthy diet, and they're
smell.
dying. And I would go in after my grandfather would take shits, and there would be a smell of like air freshener in the air. That was like the most offensive smell.
The
of
air
all.
freshener
Yeah.
cover up.
The air
yeah.
freshener cover up over shit.
So it's just vanilla shit.
it's just such a terrible fucking smell.
It was like
Yeah, poop smells awful.
it's humid. It's a humid smell.
I don't think it's ever
Humid.
Gonna smell okay.
Yeah, it's a humid smell.
And we're also sponsored by On It, which is
ONNIT.com, makers of Alpha Brain, Shroom Tech Sport, Shroom Tech Immune, and New
Tech.
Mood. All these things are different nootropics. What nootropics are, if you're interested in it, they're essentially vitamins and nutrients for your brain. I really believe in them. I know they work. There's scientific studies that we're going to do right now. There's going to be some, we already discussed this. What is it? Double-blind placebo?
double blind.
Whatever it means, the most stringent scientific test they can for figuring out whether or not people's performances are improved, whether their moods are improved. They're not going to know what they're taking. Some people will take a placebo. Some people will take a combination of different things. Some people will take Alpha Brain on its own. And we'll see what the results are. I have been taking nootropics for a long time. If you're interested in it, before you buy anything, just Google it. Just Google the idea. There's a lot of really fascinating papers and different things that have been written on them, and there's proof that some of them actually can help people with Alzheimer's. It's really they're nutrients for the way your mind functions.
And couldn't hurt.
Is
Well,
it-
it could.
is there-
That's the problem. Yeah, you're not
There's
supposed to take
mushrooms.
5-HTP if you're on antidepressants.
Well, those people are ridiculous.
Antidepressant
Just
people.
totally kidding. I'm totally kidding.
I thought you were just gonna make the best show ever.
is there a reason why they decided against the triple blind? They just don't
I
want to
don't
go
know
there?
what that means. Is there? A
I don't
triple
think there's
blind?
such
Maybe
thing
it
as
is a triple
triple blind.
There has to be.
Yeah.
I think
Isn't two blinds enough, you greedy bitch?
two blondes.
They should just do it.
As always, we
Do
say
it.
with on. Look, I take all the stuff. There's Shroom Tech Immune. It's great for your immune system. It actually somehow or another, it's a mushroom that tricks your body into thinking that it's potentially like a bug, like a cold, and so your immune system fires up for a fight that never takes place. So it's like an immune system booster. And probiotics is something that we don't sell, but that's one of the things that I really recommend. If you're a person who really cares about your health, one of the cool things you can do is enhance your health with organisms, live organisms, probiotics. And kombucha tea, I'm a big believer in that. That stuff is excellent to keep you from getting sick. I mean, it really it gives me an enhanced feeling of wellness. It's like taking in like healthy soldiers. I also take acidophilus. I think
take that.
Get it and get the good stuff. Get the stuff that you need to refrigerate. That's the real live culture.
The refrigerator.
It's fucking great for you.
And kale.
Yeah, kale. I love kale. I drink kale shakes every day.
Kale's so
6
hot
pounds
right
of
now.
kale this week.
Hey,
so good for
do
you,
you
man.
think eating
good.
grass would be healthy?
No, but wheatgrass juice is healthy.
I love wheatgrass shots.
juice is very chlorophyll. Is very healthy. It tastes like shit, but it's very healthy.
There's nothing in
I
grass.
love the taste.
Well, there's chlorophyll in grass rather.
Chlorophyll?
Yeah,
I think there's chlorophyll in all plants.
And there's a bunch of different types of grasses.
Right.
I don't know what grass specifically.
Because what if we were like designed to only eat grass? You know what I mean? And
I'll tell you the truth. I thought about this.
A lot of
If we were
animals
designed to
are.
only eat grass, we wouldn't have these pointy teeth.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that was for like digging big things
For
of
ripping a
grass
new
out
asshole.
of the
compared
ground.
to other animals, compared to other animals, we have the most bitch ass teeth ever.
Yeah.
Well, we
Our
can't do
teeth are
anything.
nothing. They're like these little fragile, flat things. They're designed to chew mushy food. I mean, other animals are designed to actually hold on to things
Yeah,
and then
with
eat
their
those
teeth.
things, tear them apart and eat them. And if you look at like a chimp's teeth compared to our teeth,
They're designed to fuck you up.
designed to fuck
I think
you
about
up.
that because I always look at Blanche's mouth, even like when she's sleeping.
You are so
I'm
psycho.
upset. When you live with an animal, like I live with a tiny carnivore.
Right.
Right.
Like she'll eat carrots and she's sweet, but like genetically she's programmed to like find live things and rip their necks in half and eat them.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Isn't that amazing?
Even though she's like your little love bug. Anyway, go to
Should've brought my
onnit.com.
dog.
ONNIT.com.
Anyways, the point is you have to get rid of your mattress.
Yeah, get rid of your mattress,
Shit.
son. Your
All right.
cat
I'll
fucked
give it
up
to
your-
Brody.
your
Oh,
Can I
mattress.
tell you why you have
Don't
to
give
get
it
rid of
to
it?
Brody.
No, not after what he
It's
did
all
to
right,
Joe.
Joe. I put 2 comforters on it.
Enjoy
In the
it.
valley, it all smells.
That was a good Brody.
Thank you.
Oh, that was awesome.
Here's why you have to get rid of your mattress.
Let's get
by the
rid of
way.
this commercial. Let's get this commercial out of the way so
Alright.
we can start this podcast. I know this is
We
already
haven't
gonna be
started?
good.
No.
No, we haven't even started.
This is just
commercial.
That was all my good material.
No,
That was
you got
wheatgrass.
way more.
It's
You
still
got way
on
more. your whole wheatgrass chunk. Anyway, we offer for the first 30 pills, whatever you buy, we offer a 100% money back guarantee. It used to be whatever you buy, we offered a 100% money back guarantee, but there were some douchebags that bought a bunch and then tried to sell them all on eBay after they got their money back, which you cunts, you ruined it.
That's
Human nature. But we try to make this as easy and as clean as possible. 100% money back guarantee in your first 30 pills. And you know what? If you think it costs too much money, I urge you, go and buy the ingredients. Take the directions offline, whatever the ingredients are. It's clearly listed on the website, onnit.com, and steal it and make your own blend. Who cares? Just, if you're into it, try it. Check it out. And if you want to buy them from us, go to joerogan.net. Click on the link for Alpha Brain and enter in the code name Rogan, and you get 10% off. Okay, you dirty freaks. Done. See, that's the commercial, Eliza. It's over. Now we play
The
music.
Joe Rogan
Yeah.
Experience.
So now the show
Drink by
starts.
day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
That's the best way for us to do commercials. We have figured out.
Was I in that commercial? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Dude, you were fucking awesome in it.
I thought we were.
That was one of your best pieces.
I'm gonna submit that to the Tonight Show. That's what I said.
You
Yeah.
could do that, I bet.
It's a solid piece. Yeah, it was a solid piece.
That's a solid piece.
Give it to Russ.
Eliza Shlesinger, a professional stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all share a camaraderie. You know, it's funny. Comics, you know, like when you meet someone that's a comic, we all share this kind of weird thing. Like I did the Rosie O'Donnell show.
Recently?
You know, yeah. People are like, why'd you want to do Rosie O'Donnell show? And I'll be like, because she's a comic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like we all share. We share something. You know.
Tell us about that. What was that like?
She was very nice. I only got to talk to her for a short period of time. We sat down for about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about, she talked a little bit about the government. She had a really good point about how people look at the government like it's a benevolent father. And I absolutely agree with
I
that.
totally agree with that.
Yeah, and she was, you know, she's like really, she stuck her neck out when she was on that show.
Like a chicken?
Like,
You know,
No, when
mean
she was
like
on The
you mean
View.
literally?
yeah, well,
Okay.
she got in trouble in The View. I mean, I'm sorry. She got in trouble in The View because she was, she was talking about 9/11, and she was talking about Tower 7. And if you don't know this, there's 3 towers fell on September 11th, and 2 of them obviously got hit by planes, but one of them
just went down.
One of them just went down.
Yeah.
And there's crazy conspiracy theories that say that it was a controlled demolition. Now, I am the first person to tell you I am no engineer. I have no idea how buildings are built or what their tolerances are. But if I saw a building like that and I saw it just catch on fire and it had some holes in it and shit, but it just fell like that and fell apart, I'd be like, bitch, how'd you build this? How the fuck did you build this? You know, come on, man. Really? What kind of shitty workmanship
She's saying it was
is
designed
this?
to go down, like it was part of it.
She was saying it was a lot of people believe it's a controlled demolition.
Yeah.
I don't think necessarily she is saying that it is or it isn't, and I certainly am not. I don't know. I don't understand it.
You know what I believe more? It was a controlled demolition, yes. But was it by us? Yes. You know?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that's always been the case of the argument.
Right.
They don't think it was done by the terrorists.
Right.
They think. See,
no.
Building tower.
What if the terrorists?
If they did a controlled demolition,
yeah.
It wasn't
if somehow they had because I mean, if terrorists
right?
probably could easily. I think that would probably be before hijacking planes and flying them into buildings. Before that would be putting a bomb in a building.
Yeah, see, but it's not that easy. See, like when you see what happened in Oklahoma City, that was multiple bombs. You know, in Oklahoma City, there was all these reports of the FBI removing bombs from the building, like that didn't explode. And if you talk to these guys that are demolition experts, they say there's no way that was a fertilizer bomb. There's no fucking way.
Right.
Like they said that if you look at the amount of damage that did and look at where the blast radius is from, the way it blows out. It doesn't blow
they're not designed to. You're saying for this building because we've all seen the loose change where you watch the lights go off around the building.
Yeah.
And one floor by one, it's like and it just
but see they don't know what that means though. That also could be if the ceiling is coming in and slamming into the floor. All the windows would do that. They don't know that that's explosions. If it really was collapsing like that, see, no one's ever seen a building collapse like that. So when they say that those are blips and those are squibs, I don't like that because then I'm saying you're saying you know for sure what that is, and I'm saying the fuck you do. I don't know. Even
someone's got to. Just because someone has to know. I'm not saying it was us. I'm not saying it was an inside job. It just seems odd ergonomically that you would design a building that, if impacted at a certain point, the entire thing would demolish. Like, what purpose does that serve?
Well, it could just be incompetence. That's possible. If you look at humans, that's our most likely option, right? I mean, when did they make the World Trade Center? It's a fucking long ass time ago to get so cocky to build a building that's 100 goddamn stories high. You know, and how long did they think that was going to stay up there for? You know, what if it started falling apart and rotting? What if it was just a wonky piece of shit by the time it got hit by those planes?
Yeah, that's totally true. I mean,
this fucking thing was old as shit. That thing was around.
That's black and white television.
The Jessica Lange King Kong movie.
They could have retrofitted it. I mean,
but what's retrofitting? The cheapest
goddamn floors
and the cheapest bidder. You know that to do that.
How many floors
let's
was the World
retrofit
Trade
it with
Center?
bombs.
Maybe.
That's what they did.
Well, that's the crazy idea. What we're saying about Building 7 or the other building, like terrorists could have done it. I mean, I guess they could have, but how the fuck are they going to get in there and put all those explosives in? It's
one
like
dynamite up a time. Those red sticks of dynamite, one up a time up your ass. I mean, you're working the fucking thing 5 years every day. You're fucking putting it into this closet.
That's so funny,
dude. That would be hilarious.
And back then they didn't have security.
They didn't have that,
sticks.
You're walking down the hallway and you just smell shit. You're like, open this door. What's in this? It just smells like shit, and it says shitty dynamite sticks.
Just like, I ain't touching
dynamite
that.
sticks. It's like a fucking log house built with shit and dynamite sticks.
Yep, and little hairs.
And a cat pee mattress.
Well, the idea was that that somebody had to do something in Oklahoma City
on The View.
What she said on The View is it was the only building in history that collapsed, skyscraper that wasn't hit by a plane. And she's true. No. Tower 7 wasn't. And it was the only building in history, skyscraper of its kind, that fell from a fire. And she's right. I don't know if it means anything though. It could be incompetence. It could be just some crazy coincidence that it actually did fall apart like a controlled demolition, even though it wasn't a controlled demolition. It could be. I don't know, man. I think there's so much chaos involved in any sort of catastrophic situation like that, and all these reports. We heard explosions in the building.
Right?
Do you really remember what you saw? For sure. I mean,
there's
how
no
much nuttiness? You know what I mean? It's a lot of nuttiness going on when right after something like that happens. You might want to remember something from before. You must be so jolted from that sort of a situation that after it's over, I would imagine there would be several people that would have distorted perceptions. I do not believe that everyone can handle truly traumatic incidents. I'm not claiming that I can more than other people, but I don't think most people can handle like really crazy shit going down. And you can't trust a few people's memories.
Well,
you got to take it into consideration, but you can't totally trust it.
I think the amount of trauma that contributes to a confabulation about whether you saw something or not. I mean, you can take those reports all day, and I think there's that mob mentality, like I heard sounds, oh, well, so did I, what creeps me out, what always weirds American people out, and this is how you get minor conspiracy theorists, I'm not even sure if I am one, is when there is no explanation by your all-powerful government. And that's what leads people to think, oh, the government was in on it, because you're supposed to be the American government and you don't have an idea how this happened. That's when people start to feel unsafe and get nervous.
Yeah.
When they, with Osama bin Laden, you didn't take any pictures? Really? Not one? I believe they caught him. It's just odd when there's no answers. They're like, we're not sure. JFK, that's a weird thing. You're like, how do you not have an answer?
I've talked to military people, just straight up military people, about the Osama bin Laden thing, and every one of them has said that guy was dead for years.
Oh, see, I'm not off.
Every one of them has said
I bet.
Dude,
I've
talked to a
a
couple people that were skeptical.
I bet that.
Where you would value their opinion,
I bet they fucking tortured him and for years.
I bet old people killed him.
Right-wing dudes, man. Right-wing, straight-laced.
That want the war.
Military guys.
Rambos.
They're like, that guy's been dead for years.
Yeah.
I bet his own people, I mean, I don't think they're skilled. I think just because you put a couple bombs somewhere, these are not, they're not using like biophysics to kill anyone. So I think his own, probably friendly fire, probably blew himself up on fucking accident.
You know what? They might have just fucking crashed one of their helicopters, and this was their crazy cover story. They might have fucked up, crashed one of their helicopters, and goes, listen, boys, you see lemons, I see lemonade. Here's our story. We crashed the helicopter because we killed Osama bin Laden. Yeah. We lost $1 billion helicopter.
No
whatever. We're going to blow that up. It doesn't matter. Brave soldiers survived that crash.
We got him.
We got him. We dumped him at sea.
We dumped him because we don't want to make him a martyr.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Are you telling everybody you shot him? What? It's just in visual form. It's not the same as you fucking admitting it with your mouth. The president getting on TV with his fucking mouth and admitting it.
His mouth.
Seriously, he's looking at the camera and he's saying it. We killed Osama bin Laden. That doesn't make him a martyr. What you have to? There has to be a visual representation of it.
There has
ridiculous.
to be something. I would have liked to have seen footage, like his face.
Well, yeah, for us.
Yeah.
But not for them. Them saying that their excuse that they don't want him to be a martyr. Then why the fuck are you admitting you killed him on TV? Why are you getting...
No, that wasn't the martyr. They didn't want... The reason they didn't bury him or do anything, they didn't want there to be a site that people could go to.
But the reason why they didn't show any photos is because they didn't want him to be a martyr as well.
Yeah, I think that's because they don't have any photos.
There's no photos of that guy.
How epic would it have been if Barack Obama, he's like, we've captured and killed Osama bin Laden, but before we did, our GIs each had a turn fucking him in the mouth. And we have that on camera.
And thanks to Flipcam, we have it all on our YouTube page.
I always want to fuck some crazy old terrorist in the mouth.
Just dip in real quick.
It's very soft.
I know.
Dangerous.
I thought guys like to do that kind of stuff.
It was so disturbing seeing that other guy get captured and dragged through the streets and fucked in the ass.
Yeah, Americans don't like to see stuff
like that.
Gaddafi. That was so
apparently
fucked up.
It was a stick.
I'm good.
It was a stick, apparently.
Oh, it was?
The guy did say, it's like some
Americans don't have an
insult.
appetite for that kind of stuff. Like, if there were a picture, we wouldn't have shown. We don't show graphic things like that. And our people don't like to see that. We don't like to see death. We like people to die. We just don't want to see it.
We want to completely live
I'm done
in
with
the dark.
I don't want to see it ever again.
Well, you can, the real problem is you get access to something really shocking that's not really happening. So in watching anybody get murdered, watching anybody get fucked up, you have access to something life-changing, but you're not really there. That's weird when you can just access that all the time, because then you're getting influenced by it far more than you would in a normal life where you actually survived.
It also desensitizes, as a country, we're desensitized to war. We have all of our video games, all of our media, all this stuff. We're like, war. Very few of us have actually, we'll call upper middle class, have actually been made privy to anything tangentially related to war.
Right.
And so it's very easy for us to be like, yeah, we'll just send some troops. I'm like, you know, I've been to Israel just on vacation, and it's so fucking hot I couldn't stand it. So just imagine being over there, like, with all, like, we have no frame of reference because we're so desensitized.
Yeah, we're detached from it. It's not a part of our daily lives unless you have friends and loved ones over there. You know, I watched something on TV where they were talking about the amount of money that it costs to air condition the tents in Afghanistan. It's fucking crazy.
So much.
Someone in Iraq, it's some insane amount. It's like billions of dollars.
2 donkeys and a woman.
It's so crazy to keep the AC on.
Yeah.
They're just.
We don't even think about it.
The whole thing is nuts. It's fucking nuts. It's nuts that they talked people into it. It's nuts that it's still going on too.
Yeah.
Let's just send troops over. What?
Just go.
We're living in a G.I. Joe movie. That's what it is.
People don't even think about it. I get goosebumps thinking about it at all. I don't know why it resonates so deeply with me to think about our troops over there. I think because
you're smart.
I love my country so much that I just want, like, I just love my country, and anything having to do with that. Look at this. It's all standing up. I have way too much arm
you should be
here.
in a patriotic commercial. Did you have a Chevy truck?
I had a Blazer. Everyone thought I was a lesbian for the longest time. I had a Chevy Blazer for 10 years. I drove it out here.
Look, I think the idea of what America's supposed to be is awesome. You know, I think there's a lot of fucking creative people here. A lot of cool people come from America, for sure. But there's also a lot of cunts. You know, that represents America as well, unfortunately. You know?
Yeah,
the
we have
shit
a lot
that
of
we're doing.
words.
The shit that we do around the world is just creepy as fuck.
But we also do.
We also keep things in line.
We do. And
it's better for us to be on top than some fucking wacky countries, right?
And we're the only ones. We'll take your land. We'll give it back. We'll say sorry. We'll make reparations.
Really.
We do.
Oh.
We're the only ones with a real conscience about it.
Land back.
The Indians.
We give land back to who? American Indians?
Yeah, give them some.
We give them the shittiest spots where there's no deer.
Like Vegas.
And we go, yeah, you want to open a casino? Go ahead. Do whatever you want to do.
They don't need deer anymore. They have 7-Elevens.
Well,
and all
now,
subs.
different Indian.
I'm saying like they have convenient. They can go eat at like a restaurant. You don't need deer. I don't mean like that.
Well, I mean, people always go like, "What we did to the Indians," and I'm like, "Oh man,
I wasn't.
Yeah, we weren't here. So, at what point in time does the current living humans? You know, I know they benefited from the shitty work of the past.
Yeah. I just trust Indians more. You know.
You trust them more?
Yeah, they seem more like down to what I would like to hang out with, like Indians or pirate guys.
Unless they get
drunk.
Indians
and pirates close.
Yeah, Indians. He's like Indians,
pirates, fairies. Yeah. Have you seen the Jesus?
Brian,
have you seen the Western Sky commercials? It's like one of those things where it gives you money before your payday.
Western Sky.
It's like a
check cashing
for poor people.
Thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's got this like Indian drum. It's like doom doom doom. And this girl that looks like an Indian, like Native American Gina Gershon with a braid, so you know she's native. She's like, Western Sky will get you off the payday track. Get off the payday trail, Western. And it's so fucking intimidating.
Whoa.
And she's like, sure, it's expensive, but it's worth it. And I'm like, this is the representative for your people? Some fucking creepy, sexy Indian?
It's expensive?
She says that.
So what, they take like a certain percentage of your check in order to cash it early?
Of your soul. That's like they're into that. I don't know I don't know.
There's actually been some talk that they're going to release the photos of Osama bin Laden. And it's and it's like so awesome because I'm thinking like, how long did it take to make Avatar? Okay, this is about the same time. They've probably got some better technology. That Pixar probably has like we have this whole VIP section that we don't talk about.
So funny.
Could you imagine if one day there's cameras that don't just capture a 2D version of what you're seeing, but somehow or another they figure out some sort of a camera that can actually capture 3-dimensional video that you can walk around inside.
Yeah.
And it'll create holograms, like really potent holograms. So you could actually be there, standing right there next to the troops while they killed Osama bin Laden and press play.
Yeah.
You know, that's entirely within the realm of possibility. If we can create what we can create right now, I know it's way more complex, but it's what we're doing right now is already impossible to us. You know, I don't see any reason why they can't come up with some really intense, high definition hologram type shit.
Like a virtual reality.
Yeah, where you can walk around in the scene, like you can
they have
actually
that at
be
Universal
there.
City Walk. for killing Osama bin Laden.
They probably do.
I think Americans would sign up
oh
for that.
fuck, they would line up for that. Just put that in Tennessee somewhere.
Yeah, it's like Call of Duty,
And
but
go,
better.
fuck yeah,
But with a real ending. Stop it, you can't have it.
You ever been in places like Tennessee or West Virginia or anything?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I spent Christmas in Virginia.
Virginia?
Like backwards Virginia.
Whoa, what were you doing?
Having Christmas.
Do you know somebody? Do you know somebody in Virginia? Do you have a friend there?
I have a friend there.
What was that like?
Oh my god. I went to the Appomattox, past Appomattox.
What's in Appomattox?
Appomattox Courthouse, like for the Civil War. It's like the big, it's this tiny. Went to a Civil War gift shop.
Oh, wow.
Which is not really a Civil War gift shop as much as this dude just ordered a bunch of shit with Confederate flags on it. So you have like a bathing suit or whatever.
Oh my god.
It's really like all small towns in America are the same. The more southern you get, the less teeth. But for the most part, most of America looks the same.
Isn't it amazing that there's some assholes out there that are still fighting that war?
Yeah, right.
And what is it? Heritage, not hate. That's what it says under the Confederate flag. Because I understand it means something to them. But if I'm a black person, it's still, that's like a swastika could mean peace and was it Janism? But to most people, you're like, yeah, it's kind of a shitty thing.
That's a very good point. The swastika is a very good point.
I mean, no one believes that it means peace.
Who's the general of that though? Like, who's the guy in charge of that? The hate on
Robert
that
E.
team?
Lee.
Kid Rock.
Yeah. He's from Michigan, man. He's a northerner. Yeah, it's a weird thing, man.
Michigan is the south of the north.
The north and the south are still at odds in some spots.
Yeah, they still use terms like Yankees and...
Yeah, they get angry at you if you're a Yankee.
They do. It's very weird.
It's weird because we don't have that feeling, and it's clear, the conqueror and the conquered.
Oh, yeah.
Northerners, we don't have that problem with, like, we like Southern accents.
I think
Makes a dude sound sophisticated, you know, makes a girl sound hot. Yeah.
A Southern accent makes someone sound sophisticated.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
sure,
going to pee in
a
that
lawyer,
bucket. That does not sound...
A man of taste and culture who appreciates a good whiskey.
See, I hear a man of taste and culture.
Me too.
There's
I'm
Southern,
going
I'm talking about a Georgia
Southern
accent.
gentlemen as well.
Right.
Texas, you know.
No, I think the long drawn out thing kind of sounds like you. Yeah, I'm going to Walmart to get
It
some
depends.
There's
whiskey.
a little of that, but there's also in the dudes that are intelligent that have that accent. It's pretty badass. It's one of the appeals of Bill Hicks, I believe. That Texas accent was fucking cool. It's cool hearing people from Texas talk.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
from Texas.
Texas is one of the coolest ways to talk. I really believe that.
See, but it depends on, and this is for anything where you're from, because there's a Texas accent, and then if you're from like Dallas,
Houston, La
I
Porte.
hear, to me, it's this very preachy. I'm reminded of my teachers that were like, "No, ma'am, you cannot get up to
Maybe
use the
that's
bathroom."
you. Maybe that's just you.
Maybe it's just me.
Did anybody ever do anything to you in Dallas and you drive through it just stuck in your head? Like, you know, like there's certain states of mind that you entrap in certain areas. Like for the longest time, I would go by my high school.
Where are you from?
Newton, Massachusetts.
Okay.
And I would drive by the high school and I'd be panicked thinking that I missed a class and they're going to drag me back in.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get my diploma and I'm fucked. Did I have to go back to school
That's what I'm
again?
saying. Like being from there, being
Yeah.
from Texas,
You-
I
you're
think of
imprinted.
Dallas and I think of
Yeah.
that teacher that
Right.
talks to you like this. We
Yeah.
don't like Jews. That's what I hear.
Did you ever have a teacher actually say that?
No, but I did have a friend who, this is my really only, I pretty got out unscathed for the most part. I had a friend who told me, we were like best friends. Her name was Summer. And she told me one day we were like playing and I was like 5. And she goes, if you don't accept Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, you are going to go to hell. And I guess I had seen a movie recently that had
She
this
was
line.
how old?
Like we were like 6, 5, or probably 5. Oh. And I guess I had seen a movie and my automatic response was, I have naked pictures of your mother. I had heard it like on a movie or something.
Whoa.
Her mom calls my mom. Now I heard Iliza said something inappropriate about having naked pictures of me. And my mom was like, well, to be fair, your daughter told my daughter she was going to hell. And her response was, oh, I'm going to have to talk to Summer about that. She's not supposed to start witnessing until she's older. That was like what
She's
we
not
had.
supposed to start
Witnessing.
witnessing.
We'll just hold
my
on.
God.
So you think of things like that, not a Southern gentleman.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, you know, Boulder, Colorado, everybody thinks of hippies, but it's also where John Benet Ramsey's from.
Yeah.
That's where that went down.
That is where that happened.
Yeah.
I still think of hippies.
Yeah.
Just
Mostly
one
it
kid.
is, but I didn't think of Dallas in that way.
Well, it's a perfect combination of Southern charm with money and a snotty attitude. It's like the Hollywood of Texas.
Is
Yeah.
it? They're the cunty People of Texas.
Or can be. I mean, I love Dallas. I mean, there can be. It's got a lot of money, so.
They're the hardest partiers. I'll tell you that.
I love Dallas.
I've had more semi-blackout evenings in Dallas.
The whole state of Texas. I
always
miss it
just
so
chaos.
much.
We used to do that Addison Improv. My God.
Yeah.
With Joey Diaz, that place was chaos, man.
And Addison was the only, this is not, no one cares, but Addison was the only county within Dallas where you could drink for a very long time. Like in the 80s, I think that was where all
Really?
the bars were. Yeah, if like parents had these like special tickets you had to have or something. Now it has all the bars, but you can drink anywhere, obviously.
Oh, that kind of makes sense that they did that. That kind of makes sense.
something
That's
like
because
that.
it's such a wild place. It's a perfect place for that improv. That's a great club, man.
Yeah.
That
It's a good
Addison
club.
Improv.
I used to, yeah.
Ari Shaffir's headlining that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's gonna headline that.
Sweet.
I've headlined it.
Yeah.
You're in San Antonio.
Look at you. You're not impressed.
this weekend?
I'm not impressed.
You're not impressed. Well, for Ari, it's nice.
What's my hometown? So they've had me.
Did ex-boyfriends ever show up at your shows?
I've invited them.
Really?
From high school or something? Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, it's fine.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Do
That's my thing.
you communicate with like ex-boyfriends from high school?
No, but not out of disdain or anything. Just one, you don't talk to, and then another one is probably married, and
Right.
it's
They
not.
don't want
I don't have any relationships where it's like I don't want to fucking see him. I swear to Christ. Like,
none of them.
No, it always ends amicably. If I saw someone, I'd probably give them a hug. I don't know if they would give me a hug, but
You're usually the one that pulls the trigger.
always. I don't think I've ever
Been
not.
dumped?
Yeah,
Never been dumped.
which is not going to make anyone like me anymore. But
Yeah. What's
Putting
up
up a
with that?
challenge.
Yeah. What's up with that? What kind of dudes you picking?
hot ones.
Hot. Just hot. Look at what she said. It. Hot
I'm
ones.
shallow. It's fine.
That's so funny.
No, not out of like, oh, I always win, but just, I mean,
But just you always win.
no, not always.
It's all right.
Just,
It's no
things
big
come
deal.
to a natural end, and
Listen, it's part of your spirit. You're competitive. It's not a bad thing. You defend it.
it's harder for the person doing the breaking up.
I think sometimes it is.
Yeah.
You don't want to hurt someone's feelings.
'Cause then when
I've been in relationships for a while, but I just didn't want to hurt someone's feelings.
Yeah, and then when you're the one that has to do the breaking up, if you're ever feeling bad about it in the future, you can't call them because you're
Yes.
the one that initiated it. That's like a dick thing, so you just have to keep it to yourself and be sad.
Yeah, sad.
It's so sad.
So sad.
So hard.
Yeah. Some people are not meant to be, and that person needs to find whoever the fuck they're meant to be with. But
And
it ain't
get off
me.
my porch.
It ain't me, bitch.
How do you fix one of those domestic violence holes that sometimes you get in your walls? Where it's like a humongous hole
That you punched? Yeah, domestic
or you
violence
kicked.
hole.
Well, you're gonna have to. Go
Is that something
to,
hardcore, or is that really easy to do?
Have you ever
Isn't it
done any
drywall?
wall board? Yeah, you ever done any drywall work?
Yeah, like I think maybe a patch.
Yeah,
think
when
I've
I
done
punched the
once.
hole in the
Yeah.
wall.
Well, you got to be careful because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You could accidentally, you're gonna have to use a razor knife. You could accidentally slice through an electrical cord that you don't
right.
know is there.
All right.
You should hire someone to do that.
Really?
Yeah,
You should leave it
pretty
as a
cheap.
warning to the next
Yeah.
girl.
Probably.
Yeah,
Oh.
just you know what you should do?
Put a picture in front of it.
Glue some false eyelashes and fake blood around the edges of it, and
Oh
just
my
leave
God.
it there.
All right.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
No.
just
He
fuck it.
will.
Because it's in the back.
I thought you meant like make it look like a girl.
No, just that I mean the little like evidence, like as if a girl's head just went right through it. Blam.
False eyelashes.
It's in the back.
Like that's the evidence, not a little
We
subtle.
all leave.
subtle, nothing
yeah.
crazy, not a wig.
Is that an eyelash? Yeah.
It's in the bathroom now,
Some
right
CSI
across
type
from the
shit.
toilet, so it looks like I have a hidden camera in there now. Like,
Well, you should put a hidden
The
camera
hole?
in there.
My girlfriend
you know
has
what
that-
you should do? You should put a camera there.
yeah, I should.
Put a web-
now it's already half done.
Put a webcam up and
Oh,
just
that's a
have
great
people
idea.
watch you shit.
Oh, wow, they didn't put the toilet roll there and make it look like a real
Yeah.
toilet roll.
I'm surprised no one does that.
Allow people to watch you shit for like $5 a month. I bet you'd pay your rent. on it.
Yeah, I have that.
If you had people like that just paid to watch you shit.
Oh, that could be a good idea. Not me.
People would definitely do that. If they could, if
They
you
do
could,
that.
if you could have subscribed to a 24-hour webcam that's only above the toilet, you would get a lot of, especially if you're a girl.
Why not put the camera in the toilet to watch the poop
That's probably
fall?
illegal.
Yeah, that,
Oh, that's
probably
not.
illegal.
That's,
That's
so you're
awful.
saying showing the actual poop?
Yeah.
Yeah, showing
was
the actual
talking about
poop
this
is
the other
probably
day, so-
illegal.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? But you can show animal poop.
Well, when you get into obscenity areas, like that guy Max Hardcore that got arrested, they arrested him in the most stringent place in the country, which was like this area of Florida that had the harshest laws, and that's how they prosecuted him because he was selling stuff on the internet. If he sold stuff to that area, he's prosecuted by the laws of that
What
area.
was he telling?
Just terrible fucking evil porns where he would do nasty, terrible things to girls. It's like really, really like.
But was it
sadistic
consensual?
shit. Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah, I mean it is, and it isn't because these poor fucking girls.
Like what?
He opened up this girl's asshole with like a tool, like this thing, a speculum, I guess it would be. pissed inside of it, and then had her drink the piss through a straw.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not like I want to see it, but like,
Yeah.
it sounds like something you'd make up.
Exactly. It sounds completely ridiculous.
Well, she must have been addicted to drugs or something.
Well,
Or
I
he.
think, there's some really lost people out there, man, and he's taking advantage of them, and it is legal, and I guess it should be. I mean, I'm not the one that's saying that we need extra laws, but I am the one that's saying he's a fucking creep. The fact that you would want to do that to somebody, nobody wants you to do that to them.
Someone should have hugged him more.
Oh, it was creepy, man. And that's just one of them. He pisses in girls' mouths. Like, and somehow or another, the guy who could piss with a heart on. It's really weird.
I can do that.
Well,
it's just all about bending your feet and pushing it down like you're pushing down something.
I can if I have to, but do you ever have to pee while you're having sex? Ever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the
Really?
time.
Yeah.
Wow, not me.
I will stop in the middle and be
Morning
like, I gotta go pee real
sex.
quick.
Yeah, morning sex all the time.
Oh, well, he,
I have to pee all the time anyway.
Yeah.
well, he actually
UTI.
was this.
Don't have a UTI.
This girl was giving him
Small
head,
bladder.
and he's got a full boner, and he pees into her mouth, and it's like falling out. I mean, it's a lot of pee, and then he shoves her head back down it again. I'm like, why am I watching this?
I don't know why I'm laughing.
Yeah, because it's gross.
My girlfriend has
As long
a
as you
hot
don't know
oil.
that poor girl. No. But if she was like, like your next door
Related,
neighbor,
yeah.
and you knew that her mom
Sharon?
yelled at her, and you grew up, and she was like that 14-year-old girl that looked to you for guidance, and
And I peed in her mouth.
no, you
No,
didn't pee in her mouth. You just.
And
you
he got
see her-
arrested.
You see her hit the wall. Yeah, he did some time. I think he's out now. I'm not sure. But it was a really controversial sort of a situation because nobody wanted to defend him. I mean, not nobody. A lot of people did, but a lot of people were, a lot of people in the porn industry were saying, "Good, fuck him. He's a creep. Like what he does is gross."
Right.
There's a lot of people that like it they don't want that to be in the same lumping as regular sex.
As they're right. Well, beggars can't be choosers.
My girlfriend has this hot oil she puts in her hair in the shower that's supposed to help damaged hair
Is she
or
black?
dry hair. Yeah, well,
Is she?
kind of.
Is she black?
Kind of.
I wasn't even joking. That just
Only in
doesn't.
her
White people
heart.
don't use hot oil.
Well,
Well, we do, but not like
not
as much as black people do.
Anyways, it spilled in she wasn't using it, but it spilled into the bathtub, and I stepped in the bathtub and did one of
no.
those like seriously like Three Stooges like backflip.
Oh my God.
Head hit the
God.
wall last night.
Are you okay?
Huh? Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
how you got this hole. in the
Yeah.
wall?
So now there's this huge
God.
bowling ball hole.
Dude, you're
across-
fucking super lucky.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought this was gonna be about peeing in your mouth.
No.
People die that way, man. That's
Yeah.
the tub is actually a way that people die
dangerous.
on a regular basis.
Isn't that one of your
so
fears that you'll
dangerous.
slip in the shower
Yeah.
alone?
Yeah.
And they'll
Yeah.
find you naked,
Yeah.
wet, hard. No, but it's just like
Well, you're supposed to get rock hard right when you die. Guys die, you get super hard, like the hardest you've ever gotten. It's called like the death boner.
the
or
death
something.
boner.
Yeah.
I've heard of that, and I've heard that it's only if you get like certain poisons,
Oh.
certain toxins in your body or something.
I just
like
want
you die a certain
I
way.
just want to do. That'd be awesome if it happens. That's what I'm saying.
What, a death boner?
Yeah.
Was it in that movie too? That's the one of the Nicolas Cage movie where he played an Elizabeth Shue. He played
Leaving Las Vegas.
Yes, Leaving Las Vegas.
The original title was Death Boner. And they didn't think that people in Florida would like it.
Yeah, it's not gonna sell in the blue states
Death Boner. I'm
or in
like,
the red states rather.
sounds like a
Death
speed
Boner.
rock band. Like,
It's
this is
awesome.
Death Boner.
There should be a fucking band named Death Boner for sure.
I'm sure there is. Well, can we Google it?
Yeah, I bet there is.
Death boner. I'm
Let's
sure.
My dog is ripping the worst farts.
Yeah. Right. Blow me out.
Death
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I think if
Boner.
you ask any
Erection.
guys,
Wikipedia.
Oh my God, stop.
if you ask any guys, you'd want to die of a boner. But I don't think if you ask
You
any
don't die
girls,
of the boner. It's
no,
not like you're
no,
blood.
no.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
have a boner, I think you.
Without, but what if?
Here
Yeah,
it
but
is.
what
It's
if all the blood
spinal
rushed in
cord
here?
injuries. Spinal cord injuries known to be associated with priapism. Injuries
It's
to the
actually pronounced
cerebellum.
priapism.
Priapism?
I have no idea.
Okay. Injuries to the cerebellum or spinal cord are often associated with priapism. Is that it? Priapism in living patients. So it's when some people, when like they're talking about like deaths by hanging, executions, shit like that, dudes' dicks get hard.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Is that because
They've observed the effects of the genitals of both men and women. Jesus Christ. What, they shoot a chick in the head and then check to see if she's
She's
wet?
wet. Yeah.
The labia, oh my God, the labia and clitoris becoming gorged, and there may be a discharge of blood from the vagina.
Oh.
when you die?
Whoa,
A death tier.
Yeah, my God.
Ew.
Just it's like nature's
That's
Hail
the
Mary.
sister band. Nature's Hail Mary.
It's nature's Hail Mary. And nature's like, listen, we might be dying right now, so just like let anybody fuck us, and maybe we'll get pregnant.
Bloody death tear.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
because your blood is already.
Your body's fucked. Your body doesn't know what to do. That's what it is. It's a wrap, son. Wow, fatal gunshot wounds to the brain.
Are there
it
pictures?
happens. No, this is just Wikipedia and some articles it references, but it's actually a real phenomenon that happens sometimes. Pretty fucking nuts. Death boner.
Do you die? Do you want to be wet?
Don't look at me.
Don't
Don't look at me. Don't ask me questions like that. What kind of a fucked up? What do you want? Why would I care?
That's what I was, because all guys would want to have a boner.
No,
in
I'll
it.
tell you what. I don't want
The
anything
question
sexual.
of
I don't
the
want a
year
coroner
award.
looking, and I don't want anywhere in a report be like she was really wet. Like I just want it to be a nice, normal death. Nothing like freaky.
Does it drive you crazy that coroner gets to see you naked and
I
do
don't want
whatever
the
he wants to?
detective, my husband, whoever finds me,
Yeah.
to be like she was soaking wet. She was so turned on. That's because that makes you weird. Because then they're gonna think, oh, she died when she was watching the Golden Girls and she was wet. Like you're gonna think it's a thing.
That's so awesome.
I don't want any of that.
Yeah, it's gonna be in your death report. Wet.
That's so
Under moisture.
was watching Golden
It's gonna be
Girls.
Because I watch it every night
It's
before I
gonna
go to
be
bed. God forbid I have an aneurysm.
dry, medium, and ready to rock.
So you're that addicted to the Golden Girls that you've named your dog after?
No.
That just happens to be a coincidence?
Yeah. I just picked an old lady name and Blanche came into my head. And then as of late, I started watching the Golden Girls. But I got her like 3 years ago.
Why do you watch the Golden Girls? Is it
Because it's on
You
when I go
enjoy
to
it?
bed. I love it.
good show?
It's relaxing.
Great
It's like a
writing.
warm hug to you when you
Do
sleep.
you ever watch the show?
Yeah, I watch it
No.
all the time.
It's the writing is so smart.
I haven't watched a sitcom in forever.
It's on one of our like affiliate whatever.
If you had to sleep with one, which one would it be? Mine would it's always Betty White.
Why?
Why
Why would
Betty
you sleep
White?
with
Back in the
Ruth?
day, she was the hottest one. She was the young, feisty one. Remember?
They were all like 900 years old.
Well, one was creepy. One was like Quagmire. That whatever that.
Why wouldn't you want to sleep with Rue McClanahan? She was the one that was a
she
whore.
was Quagmire.
She was a what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was her thing.
Really?
A whore.
Rue Okay, the Betty White played Rose, and she was an idiot. B. Arthur played Dorothy Zbornak, who was like really
the
smart and 8
cross-dresser.
feet tall. Yeah, she was a
Cross-dresser.
lesbian in real life. And then Rue McClanahan, who played Blanche Devereaux, who was a self-proclaimed slut.
Right.
And she was always running off to like sleep with some eligible young man.
Right.
And you would want to sleep with that one because she was.
No, Betty White all the way. That was the Chrissy.
I don't know.
You liked Chrissy?
Oh, Chrissy was the best one.
Who's Chrissy?
And the third one
Three's
was okay.
Company?
Oh.
The third
Which one was Chrissy? She was the second one?
The first one.
The first
Suzanne
one.
Summers.
She
Back
was-
in the day wearing those little shorts. And
She was the best one?
Yes. Definitely.
Would you ever want to sleep with an older woman? Like,
I would
older?
sleep with Suzanne Summers.
Like older, like 60, like
Yeah,
dying?
like 60, 68.
Probably not.
Suzanne Summers is probably that. I'll do that.
She's unlocked the secret to living young. She has the book on it.
All right, Demi Moore on drugs.
She's not 68 by any means.
How old is she?
She's like almost 50.
Oh.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah, she's hanging in there. I
feel
guess
bad for her.
she had some sort of a reaction. You know, did you hear about that shit? It was like Red Bull or something like that. That's what they're saying.
That's not what it is.
Hey, well, she apparently drinks a
She was
fuckload of
doing
Red Bull.
nitrous
Vitamins.
and she did salvia. And then-
What?
She said
Get outta
salvia.
here.
That's what it is.
Where are you hearing this from? You can't just say this.
Allegedly.
No one's
No.
ever had a
you
bad
can't-
reaction
you
to
can't
Alleged-
salvia.
Well,
just say that on the
TMZ was
podcast.
reporting that it was whatever, nitrous oxide, which could be true because she had a seizure. She fished. Is what they
Nitrous,
call
yeah,
it.
but
that lasts like 5 to 10 minutes. I've fished before. Now salvia.
God.
The police report they censored the 911 call because of personal privacy, and then the police report came out as that she smoked something. So you don't
It's not
smoke
salvia.
nitrous. So I'm thinking it's salvia. I'm thinking else. What was she smoking?
Wait a minute,
Fish on the ground for?
PCP?
Are you sure that the police report said she smoked
Yes.
something? Or are you just hearing this from TMZ?
This is TMZ was reporting on it, so
Yeah,
that's
we
what it
shouldn't
is.
really say that though. All
right, then I'll finish it with
you could get the
allegedly.
same
At least
rush from
Google
chewing
it.
5 gum that you would
Why
from
don't
salvia.
we just Google it real quick, just so that we don't get in trouble?
No, I'm 99.9%
Okay.
sure.
Okay. Let's.
What was I talking about?
You were
I don't
talking
think
about her
she-
get
Demi Moore was
her. Well, I don't know. I just feel bad that if the information is probably
Demi
out there.
Moore.
You're saying that it
Police
was nitrous oxide and
report.
salvia. I heard it was Red Bulls.
Someone called it a death puddle.
A death
The wet
puddle.
thing you're talking about.
Oh, ew.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Reports.
Ew.
Smoked
And whatever it is,
No.
you think that her PR people wouldn't put a spin on it. The media doesn't have an allegiance to the truth about celebrities, so it's whatever they hear, they're gonna.
Can I just say
your
Demi
own
Moore's
show
butthole
on
looks really good.
MSNBC right next to Rachel Maddow. You need your own show.
Me?
Yeah.
Because I said allegiance.
No, you'd be great at it.
I would love it.
You're very articulate. You got a great vocabulary. You would kick ass in one of those shows.
Yeah.
And you'd be able to make fun of shit. Why don't you
That's
do
what I
something like
want.
that?
That's what. I want.
Is that what you want?
I have a pilot we're doing with VH1. I want to have my own late night chit chat.
Like a talk show?
Yeah,
How
but
come
not
you
as
haven't done a
shitty.
podcast yet?
I have a web show that I do every week.
Oh, you do?
Do you want to be a guest on it?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Of course, I would love to.
I
Okay.
just sound off on why people are wrong every Monday.
What is it? What do you do?
It's called the Weekly News.
The Weekly News.
Go to, if you want to type it in, go
Okay.
to the stream as in water, thestream.tv/weekly,
And then put swimsuit or underwear. Okay.
WEAKLY. I've been
So-
doing it for 5 years.
Yep. Demi Moore.
Stream.tv. What is the rest?
/weekly, WEAKLY.
Demi Moore has smoked something similar to incense and was semi-conscious, barely. Said the worried voice on the 911 call to get more help. So similar to incense.
Said the fucking idiot who thinks you
That
smoke
the closest thing to similar to incense is salvia.
You think?
100%. She smoked salvia. She did it in Ari
Similar
Shafir,
to
where she went to a
incense.
different world. You know, I don't know if you ever saw that video. It was awesome.
Similar to incense.
That's
Sage. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it-
what salvia is.
Yes, it's salvia.
Yeah,
and
but-
so she went to the other world, which you can easily do DMT style. Like, I mean, you can get pretty close to DMT kind of effects from it. But what my question is why did maybe her body like had a little stroke because of it or something because of her age? Because
She's not that old, man. She's
I'm-
just kind of old for a hot chick.
She-
She's not like old
Well-
like she's in trouble.
the only reason is I say that because after 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you usually are fine. So unless the ambulance was right next door,
Well, we're
We don't know what
totally
else she takes.
speculating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
that
you're
cocaine.
totally speculating.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh, yeah.
Something similar to incense does sound like salvia because sage, the plant sage, is something that people frequently burn to like ward off spirits and shit.
Yeah,
and then
like a
sage
smudge
is the salvia plant. It's like the same plant.
Okay, whoever was
I don't
with
think it's
her
the same exact.
would know what she was doing. So they're obviously covering up the fact that she was doing something that they don't want the public to know
Right,
about.
That's
No
possible
one calls
too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
with like, it's something similar to smoking incense. No one would say that. That's such a
Right.
ridiculous thing to pull out of your ass.
well, I just don't think they want to advertise that it was salvia because it's still legal in most states, and they just don't want to
Right.
advertise it at all.
That's right. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Because if it was an actual illegal drug, they would want to know what that drug was.
Right.
And since, that's a lot of sense, dude. You should be a fucking detective.
I know.
Look at you, man. Got that. You should really, for CSI or something.
Well,
Like you totally did the math there.
yeah.
Yeah, because if it was anything else, if it was like, she was smoking cocaine, like, whoa, they would tell you, hey, this is a sensational story. Poor girl, she's smoking cocaine. But she's smoking something similar to incense,
Yeah.
and that's why salvia can fuck your world up. All you have to do is look at that video of Ari on your...
Or me.
Or you.
Talking about my face.
But when Ari was on your show...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When he was on your show,
DeathSquad.tv.
and he did salvia
Yep.
and just melted into everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he was cuddling up with Sam. It was so cute.
If somebody talked to her into doing that, and she's not used to psychedelics, if she hasn't had a psychedelic
if she's
experience
not
before.
used to something and she
Yeah.
had a bad trip and maybe
Yeah.
she's on some other things.
Or it could also be that it, ignited some like horrible insecurity in her too.
Yeah.
And she had a panic attack.
What does she have to be insecure about?
well, she's
I'm
going through a hard
I'm totally kidding.
That's so cute. I love when you do that. I typed in the stream.tv the weekly, but it says
No, not the
page-
weekly.
Oh,
The stream.tv / WEAKLY. No, the. Just
Oh.
weekly.
Oh, weekly.
Take out the
WEA?
KLY, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't have a strong point of view.
I got E. Oh, okay, you crazy bitch. I gotcha.
We did one on Monday.
The weekly news, powerful. And so you do this every week.
Every Monday we have a studio, and it's a network, and there's other shows on there, and we've been doing it for about 5 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do every week.
Eventually this is going to be a television station, huh? I mean, that is the future.
And he's got the owner of the thing has got some pretty cool things going, but that's my little forum.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, we'll tell people to go there.
Do you want to come on it?
Fuck yeah, for sure.
wanna
Would
come on
love
it?
to.
Sure.
Okay. You guys
Boom, it's done. We just made a date.
We have a segment called Who Should Be Shot, where we argue the lesser of two evils. It usually has to do with who should be shot, the supplier or the demander, and then we talk about something.
Right.
So you can pick which side you're on
Wow, the supplier or the demander.
for specific things. Like,
For terrible things, like guns or something like that?
well, no, it's not as heavy-handed. Like last week, I was talking about how much I hate chocolate fountains. So who should be shot? The fat fucks that wait in line, or the caterer that's like, ooh, chocolate fountain. Let me give you one.
I like chocolate fountains.
Yo, Joe Rogan.
Why is it bad? Strawberries with chocolate is yummy.
That's fine, but then people start to get into like, oh, what else can I dip in this? How about my dick? And it's just gross stuff. And by the end, it's all like there's garbage in it and chicken.
I think you're partying with the wrong people.
Yeah, like Golden Corral. Yeah, I have to stop hanging out with those people.
Golden Corral, what is that?
That's where they have a chocolate fountain.
What's the Golden Corral?
It's
What
a
is that?
buffet for poor people.
Where is
Golden
that?
Corral. It's like it's probably out somewhere in the valley. It's a family, like a
Oh,
hometown
like a restaurant,
buffet. Yeah,
like what would it be like?
like a. You never heard of hometown buffet, or like a Bob Evans? Like it's like a place, like a lot of food for little money.
Right.
Not super nice, but
I'm trying to think of some names of different places like that, but they escape me.
it's like less nice than a Red Lobster.
Sizzler.
Right.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a little bit nicer to Sizzler.
And their big thing is that they have a chocolate fountain.
Yeah.
So
Oh, well, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if you go to
wedding.
somebody's dope party and they got a chocolate fountain.
Yeah.
You ever go to someone's party that just goes ridiculous?
Yeah.
I went to this dude's party. He had this crazy party in Malibu, and he's like some super, super billionaire type character. And he had brought in snow, and the whole hill was covered in
That's cool.
snow, and people were sledding.
That's
you guys
awesome.
have that here at the entrance to your little community you live in. There's a big thing that says Snow Day.
Oh, yeah.
Is that like because
That's
to
like
make
for the
up
whole
for
community.
it?
No,
They'll bring in
they
snow.
do it. Yeah, they bring in snow. This dude had it out in his
Just for
house
his?
though,
That's
in his
crazy.
yard. He had a ramp built. It was constructed like because he didn't have enough of a grade for a hill, so he built it up as
Is
a
it there all
giant
the
ramp.
snow there just for the party or
Just
all
for the
time?
party.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like he had so much shit going on, but no chocolate fountain.
No chocolate because
So I was like, "What's this bitch ass party with no chocolate,
chocolate fountain. And I think they've become so pedestrian. Like everyone has them now. That
Yeah.
Really?
like I wouldn't
Yeah.
want it.
I loved them with strawberries. I think strawberries and
Strawberries and
chocolate are
chocolate.
delicious.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
You get this, when the chocolate's like it's shitty chocolate. It's made. I have a blog about it, so I don't want to repeat my blog.
But repeat it because I'm not gonna read it.
No. I'm just saying. Like I don't want to. I don't want it to look like I read my blog and then
It's
I go in
okay.
there. It's like it's like chocolate pellets that you can buy at like like Michael's.
Morsels. No, you
Right.
can buy them at the
It's not
grocery
like
store.
no, not like that. It's like a special kind of chocolate. It's got like it's just gross. And then
It's just not the good chocolate.
it's not the good chocolate.
If you had like Ghirardelli dark chocolate, some fucking badass chocolate, and that was melted, would you be down?
because I also don't like chocolate.
You what?
Oh,
I'm
what?
tolerating
All
this
right,
bar
show
you
us your
gave
cock.
me.
Oh my god, she's such a strange woman.
She is.
I don't want
Such
chocolate.
so strange.
I don't like chocolate.
With her dog substitute for a child that she carries with her everywhere she goes. Fucking hating chocolate,
I love candy. I just don't-
dumping men, undefeated streak
and
of
right.
men dumping. She's undefeated. She's an undefeated streak of man dumping, and
I
she
don't
carries
take-
a dog everywhere with her.
Do you mimic nursing with that dog ever?
I wish.
Oh, terrible breath, huh?
I wish I could say that I not only gave birth to her, but that I nursed her. I nursed you. Look at. I mean,
Do you have the urge to reproduce?
I would like to have a baby one day.
Yeah.
If you
Not
could have a
now.
baby with that dog, would you?
One dude that you decide to keep around.
That I mate with because
You
I'm gonna
to,
have just
sit
a
him down
stunning
and just
child.
Say, listen, you've been picked for your genetics and intelligence, but
Yeah.
don't tell me what to do. Here, we're gonna make a baby together.
I'm gonna kill him at the death cock.
Aw,
What is it
don't.
called? The death boner.
Death boner.
And go- no.
What if you already jerked off that day and he's got nothing left for you?
What if you just
Men
threw
that
it at
date me
you?
don't jerk off. What? I'd like to have a baby.
Would you for sure? Yeah.
I'm not. I think it gets weird when you don't want to be the girl that's nagging your boyfriend about it or something. You don't want to be the girl that talks about it all the time. But I think we are genetically predisposed as women. We're maternal. We do want that one day. That's why I
Right.
take care of this little dog. But I don't. It's not like on my mind. Like I'm just gonna baby soon. Get ready. Like it happens.
Do you ever
Hopefully.
draw pictures of what you want your baby to look like or anything weird like that?
No, who
No.
does that?
What the fuck, Brian?
It's so weird. Is that what your black
way
girlfriend
to, way
does?
to make
Between
the
hot oil
feeling
treatments?
of longing to have children seem creepy as fuck. If anybody could make that the most beautiful of natural urges seem creepy as fuck, it's you picturing some fucking crazy lady sitting there sketching out what she wants her kid's teeth to be shaped like.
Some girls are like that, I think.
You fucking nut. Yeah, well, that's the thing, man. Some people like anything.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that like all kinds of crazy shit. That's one of the weirdest things about growing up is experiencing the different things that people not only tolerate but actually love. And then you try to bring them up with another person, like, get the fuck out of here. They get angry at you. You know?
Does anyone do that?
I do it all the time. I draw what I want my baby to look like.
Do you hear those kids? I was gonna say.
I'm sure somebody has. For sure, somebody must have. They must have.
All babies are a little weird looking at first.
Sure.
Yeah.
They're mushy.
Well, they're terrified too. You know, you look at a terrified object, you're like, "Oh Jesus, poor little thing."
Yeah.
You know?
They have like dry skin sometimes.
Yeah.
Or little rashes, and you're like, "What the fuck's going on here?" I'm like,
It's very tricky, man. Raising little babies is very tricky. Keeping them from diseases and
I'm sure.
their shots. You know,
I can't get Blanche not to eat cat poop. I can't imagine
yeah, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch them every step. Like my 1.5-year-old is just now at the stage where I can let her get like 1 or 2 feet in front of me.
Yeah. Without her doing something stupid.
But I got to be right there. What are you doing? What's going on? And then maybe sometimes she'll be in an area where she can't mess anything up. She's wandering around the bathroom like, okay, I got an eye on you. I'll let you walk a little. But you have to always be right there in case you're like, what is this? I lick this and I stick it in there. You know, they don't know. They don't know anything.
And isn't it
babies.
Crazy how you have that desire to protect her in the first, like, it's not hard for you to make sure she's safe. Like, it's a natural instinct. People
who don't have children really have no idea what the experience is like. It's so hard to describe. I thought I could kind of guess what it would be like before I actually had kids. I would think, it was probably just a really intense love, and it's probably really hard to probably test your patience, but you really want. It's not like that at all. You actually get love and pleasure from it. That's what I didn't understand. I thought even like the difficult times of raising kids, I thought it would be stressful and it would be something you would regret. But you get so much love from it. It's so fun. It's like you actually it's rewarding, and that's what I didn't anticipate. That it's like the fun involved in like raising kids. It's like if you're enjoying it, and you're enjoying like raising them and talking to them and hanging out with them and playing with them, it's so rewarding. I didn't anticipate that. I thought it was just going to be, like loving and but difficult. It's so much different than I ever thought.
Do you think you thought that initially? I mean, the fact that this is not a slight against men. Like, women are obviously more in tune with being maternal and mothers and all that stuff. So it's not about being a guy. But do you think being a comic? Because when I watch comics that are fathers, reluctant fathers, not everyone planned to have a kid. I always get the vibe that people hate their marriages, hate their kids. Right. And so that's always the way I felt like comics were like, oh, I got this kid. Oh, my kid's annoying. And like, do you think you felt that way because a lot of your friends or whoever you would watch when you were coming up had a disdain toward being a father?
Well, I think as comics, we all can speak for the whole group and say that we're pretty much all fucked up.
And super selfish.
Yeah, super selfish and fucked up in one way or another. I don't know. Everybody's got their own little kink. Mm-hmm. And for most of us, it came from our childhood, right? Most of us, it came from, either parents splitting up or, being ignored or weird shit that makes you want, not all of us, but the vast majority.
Validation and attention.
Sure. And then the overwhelming need to do it so much so that you're willing to risk your self-esteem by going on stage in front of strangers.
Right.
And I think when you've been through that, you're automatically apprehensive as a potential parent of like recreating that same sort of environment that you had to experience when you were a child. So you're really reluctant to be in some situation where you're going to fuck up the same way someone fucked up with you.
Oh, that's one way of looking at it. Okay.
That is exactly how I looked at it, And then there's also the part of being connected to this other person.
Like you're responsible for them.
Not the baby, the other person that you mate with. Because you have to choose that wisely. Because I have friends that have had babies with fucking crazy people. And their life is chaos. Their life is craziness, and the woman is constantly fucking with them and trying to make them jealous and doing horrible things and saying bad things to the kids, and it's just constant chaos. And then he's got to always deal with the new boyfriends and all these new guys that are around his kids. Like, I've seen people that have had kids with the wrong person, and it's just been a disaster. So there's that too,
It's so weird because in my early 20s, like that's when you're on your own for the first time and you're whatever out in we'll say LA, and I would watch these male comics, and a lot of them, and I'm sure you and I know several. We have several in common where some guy probably in his 40s, just effed some woman, and she happened to be the one that stuck around, so now he's married.
Yep.
And he's like, you never hear him talk about his wife. He kind of doesn't like her.
Yep.
Or he like had sex with a crazy girl, and now
Yep.
they have a kid.
Yep.
And he likes the kid, but he hates the woman. And I think men get to dictate the way society feels about marriage, because just being the stronger of the sexes, and whatever guys like is always like the cooler thing. Girls are always, no one ever wants to do the girl stuff.
What do you mean by that?
Like, women always want to wear men's clothing. Women want to go where the
Right.
guys are.
Oh, okay.
It's always like guys, you know, like girls always want to be part of the boys club. No guy
Right.
is knocking down the door to get in the girls club.
Yeah,
Women like to be part of the, you know, we want, our comedy is, you know, like male centric, and everything we do, we want to be one of the guys and taken seriously like men. So the view on kids and marriage, you, at least as a comic, I'm watching them, and they seem so unhappy. So it all of a sudden becomes like uncool to have a baby. And that's, I've noticed a lot of girls saying things like, I don't want to have kids. I don't want to get married. I don't want to be in a relationship. The fuck you don't. You have to. Of course you do. It's just become the thing du jour to say that you don't want that because women think men find it more attractive.
Oh, wow. How many women are running that game?
So
Just
many.
running around pretending they don't want relationships.
That, or they think they don't. I mean, I host
Until
a
they
dating show.
Right.
And I hear girls all the time, and I'm looking at it. You're a skank whore. Like, I'm looking at your eyeliner job. Like, I can tell that you suck dick a lot. Sorry,
Wait,
that's so gross.
eyeliner tells you that they suck a lot of cock?
Oh, yeah. It depends the way
Wow.
you
Will you
apply
write
it.
a book and just
I'd love to.
for the rest of us?
Just so you can tell, you're going to wear, like, white eyeliner. Let's get serious. That's-
Really?
yeah.
Okay, girl with white eyeliner.
White
she'll suck
eyeliner.
your dick.
Lashes.
That sounds like
Just,
Joey Diaz.
Lashes
something he would
depends.
say.
It depends on the way of your makeup, but I can tell and
White
by what you're
eyeliner.
wearing. I can tell.
Okay.
And then you hear them and they're like, I don't want a relationship. I don't want a guy checking up on me. You want the right guy. You're not immune to
Right.
it. And you say that because you want to like draw the guy in. Like, oh, I'm
Right.
totally cool. I'm totally.
Oh,
You get
that's
'em.
what it is.
No
Yeah.
woman. I mean, I like my space, but I would be upset if the man I was dating like never called me.
Yeah, right?
That'd be weird. So, girl, but it's not
Have you
necessarily
lived with
their fault.
dudes?
Yes.
How many?
At a time.
No.
I had, I didn't mean, I was like,
How dare you?
I had a boyfriend that we lived together when I was 25 for about a year. And then I had a boyfriend who visited for a summer. And then I have a boyfriend who's for so months on end. But never like, we both signed the lease and it's
that
always
kills it when you're young.
Or if you like
when
do that
you're young,
together.
you get so bored. You should never do that when you're like 20.
No.
Yeah, never sign a lease.
I did that
with
when
a
I was
girl.
21. It totally killed our relationship. I really loved her before that. She was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Living
think
together, though, I was like, oh, this is a disaster.
I guess it depends on the girl. I probably am the messier. Like I tend to
Yeah.
date guys that are opposite me. So I enjoy living with someone because it's nice to have someone to hang out with and talk to.
That's nice if you find a good person, but it's very difficult to do when you're 20, 21. You're still a
it's
fucking
different,
child.
yeah.
You don't even know how crazy you are until you live with somebody.
Totally.
And then they let you know how crazy you are. You're
But
like,
I've-
oh, yeah, I'm fucking crazy.
I've done it as of late, and it's great because then, like as a girl, if you like to bake, then you can bake for them and you don't have to eat it because guys will eat anything.
Wow, you like to bake and not eat things?
I love
It's so
baking. It's
funny.
cathartic.
Wow.
I have
It's so
love it.
fascinating listening to your point of view as an intelligent woman explain to us the traps that chicks set up that we already suspected. We all knew it.
Right.
We've had these conversations with ourselves. I go,
trusting.
dude, tell me, when a girl says to you, I don't want a relationship, what are you thinking? She's telling you we can fuck. That's what she's
You know,
saying.
it means two things. She probably doesn't like if you maybe gone on a couple times. She's like, I'm just not ready. She doesn't like you. Like she doesn't.
Right.
She's not into you.
or
But
it's a lure.
if she likes you and she's like, no, I'm totally cool. Like she might be a cool
Right.
girl, but she does want a relationship. No girl wants to be cool with you just like sleeping with other girls and stuff like that. And if she does, she's got dad issues.
What about girls where
we
it's
all
the
do.
one hot girl that has all these guy friends?
Oh, I can't do that.
You know those
That's the
girls?
worst.
That's a weird one.
I'm a tomboy.
That's
That
a
is what
weird
I wrote my
one,
Cosmo
man.
article on. I have that in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. First of all,
We both oh really together.
yeah, right.
We're just
Speaking
two,
as the girl
cat owls.
who has always been the tomboy and always had guy friends,
Right.
when you have a serious significant other, it takes the place of the relationship you formed with a lot of guys. You don't
Right.
need because you have that male influence in your life. You can't just ditch your
Well,
friends.
you seem to need it more than most. You're very aggressive.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that about? But you're womanly. You're not like
Yeah.
dykey, but you're very aggressive.
Yeah,
What is that about?
I don't know.
But it's a warm, friendly aggression. Like I never feel creepy around you. You're always friendly. But like I can tell that you're
Like
like
a friendly animal.
yeah, well you're like you would have been a good competitor and something athletic.
I know. If I wasn't afraid of getting punched in the face, I could have been a really good fighter.
Oh well, you just got to learn jujitsu. Get a good clinch, high guard,
Do you video game?
and start slowly with a
Damn.
good trainer.
I'm not
How
that-
old
I'm
are
not
you?
that.
How old are you now?
I'm 28.
Damn, it's not too late. You can still get in there.
Not even Mario Kart?
No, I don't do video games. I don't care.
Are you strong?
I'm really strong.
Really?
I'm not stronger than you.
Yeah, but I'm a man. You don't have to
I
fight
know.
guys that are men.
I don't
We're
know.
not in the same weight class either.
Can I punch? Yes.
Yeah, so
I've
you're
never had
pretty
to.
confident. You could if somebody taught you how to do it, you could throw.
I could kill my dog. If I
You kill
wanted
your
to.
dog. Your dog's just tiny
I
little
could kill my
thing.
dog and your cat.
Whoa. I bet your kid killed my cat, not the male.
No.
I bet he would fuck you up.
I actually wanted
Wouldn't
to
he?
take a class.
I
like
bet you
a
would think you could kill him
punching
until you
class.
grabbed him and they start.
cat.
Once they bite you, we're such
Well, then it's
pussies.
over.
If a cat was trying to kill you,
I could
if a cat was like
I
trying
could
to
a
kill you,
fucking cat.
you think so?
No,
Yeah.
not a cat.
Let
Stop.
If he got a hold of your neck, what
Yeah,
if he
you
got a
gotta
hold of
hold
your
it
neck?
right, and then you
What if he bit
pile
through your
drive it into the
fucking-
concrete.
Yeah, but what if you're
Yeah.
both dead? What if you're both dead?
Fatality.
you get a boner and you're gone.
It's a wrap.
Fuck the cat.
I would
Cat
take.
babies.
I should have asked. I want to take like a class. I would go. Maybe I'll tape it. I'll go. I want to take like one. Maybe like a boxing class.
Well, no,
No.
if you don't tape it, what you want to do is especially in the beginning, you need someone to stand with you and adjust things, like adjust your shoulders, adjust your hand position, because especially in the beginning, it's very important that you learn with proper technique, because the foundation, the principles that you learn, the habits that you form in the beginning, a lot of times they stick with guys and they get really good. So when they get tired, they go back to like their shitty technique.
Okay.
So you have to learn correctly from the beginning. You don't want to have to correct yourself so you're thinking while
Right.
you're out there. So from the beginning, you only want to do it one way, the correct way.
Okay.
So if you really want to learn how to do it, where do you live? Well, don't tell me on the air.
I live in Hollywood.
Touch it!
You
What the
shut
fuck are you doing? They're gonna find you,
No,
man.
they can't-
Why do you live in the Devil's Ball Sack? Why do you live right there?
Just because you live in like a really nice neighborhood
Yeah, but like Hollywood's taking it dirty. Like I'm surprised that you're
Where do
not
you
like
live?
like Burbank.
with your cat pee mattress.
Burbank. Burbank.
Burbank, get out of here.
What exactly?
If the valley is Satan's
Your
butthole,
cat pee
Burbank is like
mattress.
in his butthole. Good one, Eliza.
Burbank is a nice place. It's a good
Hollywood
place to go
is-
to dinner.
It's relaxing. I don't have to worry about people fucking peeing on me.
How much is your rent a month?
2-bedroom apartment
Uh-huh.
is $1,400.
See, I don't have a rent. I have
But-
a mortgage.
Yeah, but I have a backyard.
Oh, you own a
for-
place?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you
that's
bought a
the
place in
problem.
Hollywood?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a condo or a It's a condo. That's not bad. Why'd you say like
I don't know.
smart? You know.
Fine. And the area is getting better. It is hood.
I
Like
saw,
it is ghetto. But
somebody
it's fine.
had it was one of those TV shows where they showed the insides of people's houses, and like Paris Hilton or someone famous like that, might not have been her, but someone had one of those apartments on Wilshire. You know those penthouses on Wilshire Boulevard where they have like valets, they have like 24-hour concierge.
Yeah, where your
It's like-
grandparents, like the older, like all the way to Santa Monica.
Yeah, on the way to Santa Monica.
Yeah, like those really nice ones.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
super duper luxury apartments.
Yeah.
This was the dopest view. Like I didn't know what kind of view these. There's no views like this in LA, and it's so high that you're way up there in this tower looking over the city. I'm like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really into living in the city, but if I was, this would be the shit.
Batman
This-
style.
That area is great. I feel like it's where your
Fucking
grandparents
badass,
live, though.
man. I would want to have an office in that place. I
Yeah.
looked at it, and the thing I thought of was like, I would want to buy one of those apartments and use it as an office.
That'd be amazing.
But they're really expensive. They're stupid.
on the
They're like
west
20
side.
million bucks or something crazy. It's on the west side. Is that bad? Why is the west
Yeah.
side bad?
There's no comedy clubs over there.
That's true.
There's no. I mean, for the most part, everything I need is in Hollywood. That kind of dictated
Right.
where I bought something. I like to
Oh,
be
I see.
close. You
Yeah.
have the luxury of living farther out. You have a bit more control over your career than I do.
Right.
And
You have
you
to
have-
go
like-
into Hollywood all the time.
I
on
go.
a
I mean, I
regular
do
basis.
shows
Yeah.
almost every night. You have your gig set. Like you're not auditioning like a crazy
Well,
person.
I moved out
Burbank,
here.
10-minute drive.
I
I
moved
don't
out
want to
here
live
a
in
long
Burbank.
time ago.
Gross.
Why?
Burbank. It's not cool.
It's not living to be cool though. I'm living just to have a quiet. I can go in my backyard and be quiet at night. I can.
You have a
fucking-
backyard?
I can have parking everywhere.
Backyard.
I have a backyard.
I don't
fenced in.
Okay, cool. So you can just plan your funeral now.
Plan your funeral
Yeah,
now.
It's
What are you
just for
talking
like
about?
I go to
want-
Hollywood. It takes 10 minutes. I'm on fucking Sunset. I just hang out in Sunset. Then I drive back home to my nice quiet castle.
Why is that bad?
Instead of going
wanna
staying
live
in the
there.
party. That
Okay.
sounds. That
You want to
seems
stay in the
Yeah, you want to be
epicenter
up
of,
all night while people are torching your houses.
do you like Manhattan? Do you like that kind of city?
I love New York.
Do you really? Would you live in Manhattan?
That's
if you lived
why.
I
in New York?
would. I've missed if I were to move there now, it would kind of be like it wouldn't help me. It'd be like a lateral move. Because
Right.
it's not like I always think it's so funny when...
It might actually be a step down.
Yeah, because you have to start over with the comedy clubs and
Yeah.
everything. I think it's so funny when I meet girls like actresses or other hosts, and they're like, "I'm bicoastal." I'm like, "Oh, really? Is New York just calling you? Just every month you gotta go?" I'm bicoastal. No, you fly to Florida once a year to like visit your parents. You're not bicoastal.
I was bi-coastal for about 2 months. I had 2 apartments.
So
But
that's
it's
legit.
stupid. I'd fly back. I'm like, why do I even have this fucking place? Especially when you deal with the first winter,
it's cold.
and you get a nice winter in California. You're like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
My whole family's from New York,
Really?
actually. I love it.
They're all from New York City. They're all city people.
I mean, they start there and then they're from Long Island.
Those are the very strange people who are born and raised and then
In New York City?
In the
Oh,
city.
so
Yeah,
It's a
I had an
totally
aunt like
different
that.
animal.
Yeah.
They don't understand a lot of parts of the world.
They don't even know what a pizza is.
Or
What are
they
you talking
don't.
about?
A lot of them don't drive.
Yeah,
they don't
a lot
have
of them
to.
don't ever drive. They don't ever get licenses.
Yeah, that's so weird.
And so they want to go somewhere on vacation. It's a real pain in the ass. They have to go get a driver's license. So they have to take driving classes and learn how to drive. And then when they're on the road somewhere, they're incompetent. They don't. They really shouldn't be driving.
Because it's its own microcosm.
Yeah.
But I do relate to how aggressive New Yorkers are and the way, like how forceful they are when they talk. Like I like that because I feel like that's how I come off.
Do you like really calm men?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like dudes who are like sweeties who want to rub your feet, like
No, not like
calm
pussies or
dudes.
anything.
Not pussies, but
Just
you're
very
s-
mellow.
Very mellow.
You're very much
You're
the
so
dominant,
intense.
the one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not like in bed, like don't look at me, turn around. Like it's
Shut up.
they can
Get
be
on your back.
Yeah, they can be aggressive, like a quiet aggressive.
No, you can't be on top.
But you only like 2 minutes of a sex at a time, remember?
I just get very tired. I have to pee a lot.
You have to pee a lot.
I pee right now.
Do you?
You can go pee.
Who wants to have sex for like? Oh, I went all night. Like, well, I got.
You just
sore.
don't enjoy it. Then,
Wow, you
obviously.
don't know.
me alone.
There's girls out there that are freaks.
Yeah, they probably wear white eyeliner.
No.
Like hookers.
Why say why not? Why do you have to hate?
What?
Can't they just be different than you?
No.
Can't you just enjoy your 2 minutes and they enjoy their couple hours?
That's fair.
It's okay.
enjoy your
Is that
couple
okay?
Did
They
a cowboy touch your butt
There's
when you were a
girls who
child?
just like getting fucked all the time. There's just some freaky bitches
Oh,
out
yeah,
there.
she was
with
on your podcast.
Crazy amounts of.
It was
Which
great.
one was this?
The one that like, you all left your podcast early because
Oh, that sad girl that sat next to you on the Ice House Chronicles podcast, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was. I walked in and you were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Right when I walked in, you were going after her. I was like, "Oh no, what do we have here?"
Everyone keeps saying they're like, you gave it to her. I
Oh
don't
no,
remember
no,
any of
no!
that.
You were polite.
Oh,
you
yeah,
weren't,
sure.
you weren't being mean.
I
or
would never
anything.
want to be mean to a
But
girl.
you were laughing. I mean, there were some certain things that she was
Well,
saying.
the other
And she
girl was
was
just hitting on you. That's all it was.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Hey,
It was just sad, that's like really obvious struggle for attention by being overly sexual.
right.
Yeah. Too bad that podcast never was released.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
That one had to go
It's
bye
on
bye.
YouTube.
No, it's
That
gone.
I always just, you know what? It's fun to talk about sex, but I honestly feel that a straight up sexual it can be the lowest form of communication, especially between men and women.
Mm-hmm.
Like if all else fails, you can always talk about how you get off. And so when we go right to that, it's like, oh, we're not going to attempt to discuss anything. All right, sure. Quit hitting on me. But I'm sure everyone listening
You
would-
get hit on a lot.
by women.
Yeah.
No. I don't put myself in situations where lesbians are coming at me.
No, I mean like you have to have a fan base of women that are probably lesbians.
Do you ever get girls that say,
Happens.
"I was like you," and then I figured it out? Fuck, man. Meet me at Sunset in the Bridge. You know?
I don't think so. I have lesbians
my
that come to the
picture.
show.
Really?
I mean, not like in droves, but
Would you have sex with Rosie if it was offered?
Rosie
If it
O'Donnell.
was
Yeah.
offered.
No, but I do think people are a little
If it
hard
was
on her.
offered.
Yeah.
She's not. She's a heavy woman, but it's not like she's repugnant. Like
No.
whatever.
She was very nice.
I'm sure she is.
I
kiss her on the
really
lips.
enjoyed talking to her. I was really looking forward to it. I flew in really early just to do her show. I had like a fucking 6 a.m. flight.
she's been around. She's put in the work. Remember,
She's nice.
was it Exit to Eden? What was that one with the S&M Club or the
Yeah, I don't remember
Hedonistic
what it was.
Weekend?
Yeah, I remember. I remember the scene where she was dressed up in the crazy
Yeah.
outfit with leather bullshit, and then she was in like the Flintstones too, right?
Yeah.
no crying in baseball.
She was so good in that.
Yeah.
Was that the one where she played the mentally challenged girl on the bus?
I own that movie, Riding the Bus with my sister.
Oh my
The
god!
worst
forgot
Hallmark
about that.
movie. Can I tell you my problem with this? I lend this movie out to friends. Hallmark
love
sent
that
me
movie.
a 3-part disc one year that had all their shitty movies.
God, I gotta
Well,
watch that.
It's Andy McDowell, who I think is the worst. Fake Southern, like, worst thing ever. Rosie O'Donnell is retarded in this movie, and what I don't buy about it is that she's a mean retard, and retarded people aren't mean.
She's a mean.
She's
one.
mean and smart and sarcastic.
What?
So it's just like Rosie O'Donnell, but a little slower.
Oh no.
Like it was just like she was like you didn't like her
Really?
as she was like a mean retard. You watch this movie and there was nothing. Her face didn't look retarded. She was just like bitchy.
So she came off like a stupid person. You know, I think
Yeah.
it's kind of insulting whenever a person who's not really mentally challenged plays a person who's mentally challenged. It's
Yeah.
like, what was the movie Pacific, whatever the fuck it was, where what's his name? Downey, Robert Downey says, never go full retard.
Oh,
Tropical Thunder.
Tropical Pacific.
Tropical Pacific. I knew it was
You went to
tropical
full
something.
retard because he played Simple
I did.
Jack.
Simple Jack,
Yeah.
Never go feel retard. Yeah.
Never go full retard.
Come on. I mean, it's so true. Every time someone does. But people try it. Everyone thinks they're good enough to try it.
Yeah.
Even fucking Sean Penn went there.
Well, I think they do. You can have brain damage and not be, because if you're retarded, your face will look different, and their faces are all still stunning.
You mean Down syndrome, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess you
know,
can be retarded without having the
Yeah,
facial
well,
deformity.
I have a problem with, like, even the word retard has been kind of
I know.
extracted from the vernacular.
shouldn't say that.
You know, we're saying it, we're throwing it around real easy. We're going to piss a lot of people off. Just
A lot of
saying it like
retards
this.
that listen to your podcast.
It's a tricky word now where it didn't used to be. And it doesn't mean Down syndrome. Well, it does in this Rosie O'Donnell case.
Well, retarded actually means slow.
Slow.
Like in music, you have a
Yeah.
retard or
Yeah.
retardo when things go slow. So
Yeah.
take it up with the Italians.
Well, it should, not only that, the fire has been retarded. You can say that, can't you?
Is
Fire
it retardant?
Shit.
Is it
Can't
with
you
an
say
N?
it? Well, couldn't you say, yes, retardant, yes. But couldn't you say the fire has been retarded? Because of the gas fumes we're spraying on it, the fire's been retarded. You could say that. It wouldn't necessarily
Yo, this
be...
fire is retarded.
Yo! This fire is crazy. Crazy retarded, yo.
Retarded. This is terrible.
Yeah, well, I had this woman came up to me after a show once when I used to do that bit about Noah and the Ark. I do this bit about Noah and the Ark, and the bit was that an 8-year-old retarded boy, you could tell him the story of Noah and the Ark, and he would have some questions. And so you would tell, like, I had the best storyteller in the world who told this incredible story to Noah and the Ark, and then the 8-year-old retarded boy would go, "Oh, there's a lot of holes in that story," and the kid sits down and just breaks down Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
I had this woman come up to me after a show, and she goes, "I thought that was really funny, except the fact that I have a retarded son."
Whatever.
And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I'm not really making fun of retarded people. I'm sort of saying
You're smart.
Well, I know we have to sort of admit in any, like, anything you do that's creative is supposed to be an expression of how you view life and the
Sure.
culture, right? Are we supposed to never use retarded people because they don't exist?
No,
Or
and-
can't you use them as an example?
But you know what? She was probably laughing at all the other jokes at the
Yeah.
expense of yourself and others. So when it pertains to you, we have to make an exception.
I could
There's
see how it
sensitive
would
retarded
suck.
people and regular retarded
All
people.
retarded people are sensitive.
So it's like we're now.
Well,
No,
well,
I think
what I
there's
was-
retarded people that make fun of themselves.
But
obviously.
what I was doing, obviously, was actually including a retarded
retarded.
person in my act, and that's where
she's
it's the
retarded
difference
for
between saying it.
being
She's
offended.
retarded.
That's stupid.
I don't know, man. If that was your kid, I think you'd want someone to know that it hurts. I understand where she was coming from.
I have a friend who's a comic, and she's very funny, and one of her sons is autistic. And because she's a comic, she not makes fun of him, but she has a sense of humor about it.
Right.
And like her email is Rain Mom instead of Rain Man.
That's
Like
hilarious.
she gets it, and she makes not jokes at his expense, but then he's very aware. She treats him like an adult, and so you can be one of those people that gets it and gets how they fit into the world, or you can be weird and be like, oh, well, he's retarded, so no one can say that. And I'm
Well,
like,
we
that's
weren't
weird.
talking about her son in specific. We were talking about me making fun of an 8-year-old
No, I get it.
retarded boy.
Yeah, I'm saying the fact that
Right,
she had an
yeah.
issue with that is stupid.
I kind of see her point a little bit. I stopped doing the bit because I got it onto a CD or DVD,
right.
but I would have kept doing it. It was
It's-
a fucking good bit.
It's a good bit.
I love it.
It's a good bit. I think that's funny.
Yeah.
I wrote
It
something
was
the
the
other
point, man.
I mean, he was the hero in the bit.
Yeah,
You know,
he was the smart
so-
one.
He
He
was
was
the
the one who
retarded
wasn't
hero.
getting fooled by this stupid fucking book.
Yeah.
Oh, coffee, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's I could see it from her point of view, especially if someone was being malicious.
No, you can't. I mean, obviously do what you want, but you can't harp on the exception. And
That's true too.
Comedy's about generalizing.
I know, and it would be nice if everybody had a fucking sense of humor, right?
If everybody had a retarded son, then we could all just fucking make fun of them.
Oh, Iliza, how dare you? Every time people want to like you, you come bring it back again.
Your dog just poop on you?
And then you pet your crazy dog. You're a crazy dog lady?
Yes,
Yeah, maybe.
obviously.
It's fine.
You need to learn some Muay Thai, kid.
If you
Would you be more of a grappler or a kickboxer, you think?
What kind of
Would you like
question
to
is
throw
that?
throw dukes on girls? What do you think you'd like to choke a bitch?
I'll tell you the truth.
Tell me the truth.
I think punching is
Right.
more useful, but no one expects you to kick them and take them to the ground on a Saturday night waiting in line
true.
at Hyde.
It's true.
So I don't know. I think I'd have to take an aptitude test, like a physical aptitude test, to see which of my limbs is quicker.
Right.
And then we'll just play to that strength.
What? Physical aptitude test to see which of your limbs is
Like,
quicker.
am I better with kicking? Am I quicker with punching? Like, which am I better at? Am I naturally predisposed to?
Well, the only issue with kicking is it takes a while to get good at it,
I don't wanna
and
get
you
kicked
have
in
to
the
think about you're gonna get kicked in the legs. To do it correctly, you got to learn how to leg kick, and you got to learn balance. You have to have really good balance because otherwise, someone's just gonna take you down.
Buy a
You know?
taser.
It's easier to take someone down when they're kicking, especially if you're kicking to the body or
I
to
mean,
the head.
I don't ever plan on being in a fight. It would be nice to know how to defend myself in case somebody like gets crazy, but I don't want to get kicked in the shin.
That's good thinking. It's good to think that way. Yeah, you don't want to get kicked in the leg. Getting kicked in the thighs, it's really hurt. Or a lot of times you get kicked in the calf, like the lower shin, like the fibula, the little skinny bone.
Yeah.
Is the tibia and the fibula.
Yeah.
And dudes will kick the shit out of the outside of your, like, the outside of your calf.
You know what they should do? Instead of having tasers,
Sounds awful.
they should have
It
like
hurts.
they should have little necklaces with like little vials that are just like filled with AIDS blood, and then everyone knows what that is. And so if somebody's attacking me, like, "Hey, I got my AIDS blood. Don't make me throw this in your
Yeah,
face."
no
it
way
takes
would I
a
not
while
ever
to get the
spill that
AIDS
on
blood in
myself.
you.
That,
Yeah.
that would be throw it in their face and their eyes and stuff. You still wouldn't want it to happen, right?
You go to
You
jail
wouldn't
for
want
that.
it to
for life.
happen, but it's a little tiny vial. I would take my chances. By the time
Really?
you got to your vial and opened it
Dude.
up, I think I'd beat your ass.
I think I would rather be
wouldn't be
tased and have
scared.
AIDS blood thrown in my face,
Some
wouldn't
dude
you?
unscrewing a vial. No, I don't think you'd get a guy with a vial.
That's-
How much
that's
is your
the worst
vial? How big is it?
Defense.
No, just like
tactic.
a little, like those little
How big?
perfume samples.
Dude, if that broke on you, what if somebody opened a door on you?
Yeah.
and it
Well, what if it's
shattered on your
titanium?
chest?
What if it's like a titanium?
Why?
But it's a cool
but you'll
necklace.
kill someone. Like you'll go to jail for that if you knowingly give someone AIDS.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
You
but
will
if
go to
somebody's
jail for that.
attacking you, you could just say you just threw some blood at them.
Why not just have a thing
I'm
of
sure that's
mercury?
better than like if somebody attacked you, you're allowed to shoot them, right? If you say, hey, yeah, he attacked me, I threw some blood on him. I think that's less than shooting somebody
Brian,
that's attacking
that
you,
is
right?
the dumbest thing I've ever
Brian,
heard.
you're one of the silliest men that's
I
ever
can't
walked the
even.
face of the earth. You really are.
I'm just saying AIDS blood probably is
no,
cheap,
don't-
and like a guy that has AIDS could sell his own blood and make his own weapons for you, and then that could help him pay his bills for having AIDS.
Whoa.
Why wouldn't you, instead of giving him AIDS, give him something that'll mess with them temporarily, like mercury
You
poisoning?
can't talk to him when he gets this far. He goes this far out and fucking spasms.
Do you have AIDS and you're looking for ways to make money?
Trying to make money.
He has AIDS. in-
Buy my AIDS blood.
His brain has AIDS. Only his brain. It's
Brains?
only the part of his brain that forms
I got
sentences.
brain AIDS.
That part has AIDS.
Oh.
It's a very specific form of
this
AIDS.
big.
It only
Brain
hits.
AIDS?
It only hits one area of the brain that form logical sentences.
Yes.
That part has AIDS.
Did you ever think you had AIDS?
All the time.
I had an AIDS test when I got health insurance. The first time I had health insurance, I was like 23. I was terrified.
And you're like, even though you know you didn't have it,
Yeah.
you were like nervous.
think of all the girls you fucked without a condom.
Yeah.
You know?
Really?
Oh yeah.
When Google
Oh, yeah.
first came, like when
I
Google
was
was
living in
out.
Boston. When you're living in Boston, you don't have time to put a condom on.
I lived in Boston.
Girls will get angry at you.
Okay, I decided you're not gonna fuck me anymore. I changed my mind.
You had to just stick it in while you could. You had to do your best.
As quick as you could.
Get away from those monsters.
Where are you going?
Did you live in the
You
city?
got responsibilities. Responsibilities.
I lived all over the place. I grew up in Newton, but I lived in Revere and Waltham, Medford. I lived in a couple different spots.
I lived off Symphony.
Lynn. I lived in Lynn. Right
Oh,
off
the
ocean.
city of sin. You never go out the way you came in?
Yeah.
I ate pie there, really stoned one night.
Whoa. Yeah, this was the grossest place I ever lived. Like that was on the ocean. Ocean was nasty. It never felt cool to be on the ocean there.
It's not a nice ocean off.
I couldn't appreciate it either. I was, 19 or 20.
Fucking
whatever
everything.
the hell I was.
You have the AIDS.
No,
You
I
have
thought I
AIDS?
had AIDS once. There was this girl that I used to fuck around with. One of the girls that like only had a threesome a couple times by one of the girls. It was the girl from that, and she was a hippie. She used to be a hippie. I ran into her, and she was like looking hot. She wasn't a hippie anymore. She has big boobs. So we fucked a
Wow.
couple
Wait,
times.
what?
She had boob job.
She
No,
wasn't.
she always had good boobs, but now she was
No
just
more
like,
hippie.
Yeah,
Now
no more
just
hippie.
hot girl.
Yeah, just hot girl. And so we fucked around. Back in the day, they used to have like webcam things, and I fucked her on webcam. Thank God no one ever recorded
Whoa,
or
you
saw
fucked
it.
her on a
How old are
webcam.
you?
37. And then so
Doesn't he seem like he's 12?
Yeah.
yeah,
I thought you were younger. Not like immature. I just thought you were
right.
younger.
And then she didn't live in the city, and so she got pregnant, and then she came back, and I had to like sell all this stuff to pay for the baby hammer or whatever it's called, abortion. And so then I found out from a friend that knew her. It's like, dude, she's been doing heroin lately. I guess she's been doing heroin a lot, and now she's just fucked up. And I'm thinking, oh great, I fucked a heroin addict, with no condom on. And I'm like thinking,
Wow.
and then one day out of nowhere, she called me up and goes, Brian, I need to talk to you about something. And I'm like, no, bad caller. I hung up because my girlfriend was in bed with me.
Right.
And I was just like, I can't talk to you. And for a couple of years, I was like, what does she want to talk to me about?
Oh my God.
You still don't know?
No, wait, listen. And then so then I went on Google. When Google first came out, I'm like, I'm thinking any kind of symptoms I've noticed I've had, and one was like
Oh, yeah.
sweating at night, and I'm like typing sweating at night, and it was like, oh, AIDS. And then I was like, oh, what else I got? And like I would like type in something else, like headaches or something, AIDS. It kept on going back to AIDS. So for a couple of years, I was freaked out. Then finally, I had some kind of mole removed, and they had to like do a full blood thing. I'm like, can you add the AIDS bonus test to that? And I was fine, but it was such a relief. And then later I found out that she wanted to tell me that she was pregnant. She never got an abortion, and that she just wanted money to buy more heroin.
Whoa. So she had to confess to you.
Wow.
Yeah, it was one of the
Like,
10 steps.
Yeah, that's one of those things. It's 12 steps?
12 steps.
Whatever it is. Yeah, you have to right the wrongs. Mm-hmm. Have you ever dated someone that was an alcoholic? Mm-mm. I went on 2 dates with a girl once. It was really cool, and she turned out to be an alcoholic. The first date, we had a great time. I was like, wow, this chick is so cool.
You drank on the date, or she didn't drink?
I don't think we did. No. We just hung out. And I remember talking to her. I'm like, she's so nice, so normal. And then the next night, it was at some bar in Hollywood where there was going to be a comedy show. And she had got there before me with her friends, and she was fucking hammered. Hammered right away. Hammered and for some reason mad at me. And I hadn't done anything. I had done like nothing. I just got there. I was like, what's going on? Fucking... where have you been? Or something crazy. I was like, why are you so drunk? I go, what the fuck happened to you? And I go, where are your friends? Is someone here with you? I'm fine myself. And she pulls
Your
away
impressions
from me.
of women are so gross in
this
your
one
head.
was. This
right.
one was.
And the Boston
And
one.
She knocked a glass over, and it was like the whole deal. Stumbled, lost a shoe, had to get her shoe and put it on. I was like, wow, I really liked you. Like the first date, I like this girl is cool. Like she totally was like girlfriend material. She was fun. She was friendly. She was nice. And then boom, the next night, trashed. Just like to the point of like, there's no way
Like,
you could ever hang out with someone who gets that drunk.
You go, oh God, because then it'll get personal. Then she really
Yeah.
will be mad about something. And
What's also when you look real alcoholism in the eyes, and they're just floating around with the rest of us. Like most people that I know that drink could not drink from now to the end. Like between us, like Ari, Duncan, Joey, all of us. If we sat around and we found out that one of us never had a drink again, and that one of us just drinks every night now. I would be more likely to believe that they would just give it up. Like I don't think any of us would have a problem giving it up.
I gave it up the other day for 4 days because I got so drunk Thursday.
Give it up for 4 days.
Did you hear what I did? How drunk I got Thursday? I didn't even tell you this.
No.
All right. So I went to.
What I was going to say though, is that before you say this though, is that that's most of us, but we all do know one person who's not that way. We know one person who you give them a couple of drinks and they're fucking gone. Right. And I didn't know it existed until I met people in Hollywood.
I was the same. I grew up, I didn't know anybody like that. And you meet people in comedy in particular. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's true.
That I remember there's this one booker who was super cool, and then he would just be really mean to me. I don't have any enemies in comedy. And I never understood. I'm like, what did I do wrong? Like, why is he mad at me? And I found out he was a raging alcoholic. And if you're unaware of those types of people or how they act, you don't know how to handle it because I never knew anyone like
It's
that.
so bizarre when they literally change personalities.
And you think it's you.
Yeah, and not only that, you're trapped with a crazy person. Like if you're having a conversation with
Yeah.
them and they're drunk, and you're like, whoa, well, this person doesn't even see reality. They don't
Yeah.
even see reason. So what were you gonna say?
I got Eddie Bravo drunk the other day, Indian drunk
Jesus.
at Sam Tripoli's naughty show.
No, you didn't get him drunk. You got
No,
drunk
I got-
personally.
I got-
you got as drunk as he gets.
Yeah, me and Veronica were going to the naughty show. And we both hadn't ate all day, and we were like going to eat, but we were running late. So we're like, you know what? We'll just go for a bit, and then we'll go get something to eat. And I guess there was somebody told me there was that moonshine there, and
Moonshine?
and I did a couple shots of moonshine, but I thought it was just shots
What
of
are you on the
vodka.
Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah, and so I got so fucking drunk that I blacked out. I completely don't remember.
No, what is the alcohol? What's regular alcohol?
100 proof. Or moonshine's 100 proof.
What is regular alcohol?
Depends.
Like what's whiskey?
75, I think 70. I don't know.
But that's grain alcohol.
It's way more powerful
That's
than
why
like
it's
tequila,
so
right?
illegal and people make it themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
100 proof.
So how many shots do you think that represents out of regular alcohol? Like
I
two?
don't know, but I
Like
had. They have these old Milwaukee cans about that big. I had 3 of those.
What?
And 2 shots, what I thought was just vodka. 3 of the old Milwaukee cans.
Giant old Milwaukees.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying old Milwaukee cans filled with that.
Oh
stuff.
no!
I was like, how are you alive?
Yeah.
And so that night I got home and I was going through my phone and I was like remembering all the shit that happened, trying to piece things together. And one of the things I did was at the show, somebody was yelling out Veronica's name when she was on stage at the Naughty show. And he was like, well, hey, Veronica, come here. You know, like whatever. So I decided to make fun of him and outdo his heckling. So I have it on tape too. It's on YouTube. I was going, Veronica, I want to shit on your face. But I did it 12 times louder and louder. And everyone in the audience is looking back like, what the fuck is this guy
Your
want to
girlfriend's
shit on?
name's Veronica?
Yeah.
So you're out heckling the heckler?
I'm out heckling the heckler.
Why were you so inclined to do this?
I don't
You
know,
just-
but the
you were
video-
that hot,
That's where
that
you
drunk.
went, yeah.
The video is so hilarious, though,
Oh
if you
my
look at
God.
it. It's Veronica, I want to shit on your face on YouTube.
Oh my god!
And then I felt
that video's available on YouTube
yeah,
right now.
Yeah. And so I felt so bad that, anyways,
God.
then that night I went across the street to where we always ate, the Standard, when you used to always Comedy Store, and we went in,
Yeah.
and there was only one other table in the whole entire restaurant. So me and my girl were eating there, and the other table was a drunk Japanese guy, a big tall black guy, and an Armenian, and they were about 50 to 55 years old, and they were wasted, just being slobbery wasted. And the Armenian dude's staring at my girlfriend the whole entire time, and like to the point where I'm like, "Why is this guy staring at you?" So when we eat, I go, "I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then we'll leave." So I go to the bathroom, I come back, and he was in the middle of this table. He got out of the table, and he was leaning on the table, freaking my girlfriend out, like trying to hit on her, doing something. He knew I was with her. He saw the whole time I was there.
Right.
So I walk up to this, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm wasted, blackout wasted. I'm going to act like a fucking psycho." And this is how dumb I was. I started going, "What's up, man? Hey, how's it going?" Like I was like on cocaine, or like I was just like up in his face.
God.
"What are you doing?" I was like, "Get the fuck out of here, man." And he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." And I was like, "Don't make me fucking shoot you, man." And like,
You said, "Don't make me shoot
yes.
you."
And it got to the point where the
God.
Standard, the security comes up and goes, "Do we have a problem here?" I'm like, "No, man." And he's like, "Here's your bill." And I tipped him 100%. It was like $43. I tipped him like $40.
$43?
Yeah, $40. And I was just like, because I was like, while I was acting crazy, I was just like, security. Here's a 100% tip. And then like I come out, you hear the guy sit down, and he's like going, he's right. I don't know why I did that. Like I could hear him saying that.
Right.
And I go, "Have a safe trip outside, asshole," or something like that. And then the guy's like, man, stop. And I just walk out, and I'm walking out, and I'm like, holy shit, let's get the fuck out of here. But
Right.
I could have easily,
So you
that
played
guy.
poker. You played poker.
I played
You
poker,
bluffed.
and I bluffed, and it worked.
You won.
And the funny thing
God.
is, before I went to, before I did this, I was like, "Hey, let's do a podcast while we're eating," to Veronica, and I forgot that like the waiter came up or something like that, and so I recorded the whole thing.
You have the audio version of it?
But
I
I am so embarrassed by it. I do not want to release it. It is
Well, can I listen to it?
I don't even know. No, I don't want anyone to ever hear it.
Brian, this is a beautiful thing.
No. It's
you
the
know
most
how
embarrassing
entertaining-
thing ever.
You should
But
sell
already
that
admitted
with
to
your
it.
heckling.
the
Brian,
biggest blackout
you already
night, I
admitted-
documented everything.
But you already admitted to it.
This
I
is
know.
part of the 12 step.
But
Oh, you should
that
totally
that
release
that thing alone was like
Listen, bro, you're like a little slut right now. You're
I-
teasing the world.
I might release in the
You
future. but I
have
don't
to
want
release it.
I don't think.
Come on, you already brought it up.
No.
You already.
So embarrassing.
You gave away
Release
all
the
the
Kraken.
information.
It's so
Yeah,
embarrassing.
release it, right?
Yeah,
you got to release
it's
it.
too embarrassing.
It's not. You're crazy.
I acted like a fucking psycho. It was
Well,
crazy.
listen, you felt threatened. There was a bunch of men, you know.
And see, what's so funny is that she did the same thing on New Year's. I think I talked about, like, where we were getting we went party downtown, and it was one street from the shelter, and we were drunk at like 2 a.m. like walking to our car. And with our friend that wasn't drunk that was driving us, and we were going through what was like the homeless, you know, where all the shelters are and stuff like that. So the street was just all homeless people, about 100 of them in one block, you know, just like zombies walking around, and our car was in the middle of it. And then like all these people kept on coming up like, hey, drunk.
It's like Thriller.
Yeah, it was like Thriller. It was exactly
I've
like
been
Thriller.
there, yeah.
And so like all these people, my girlfriend's hot, you know, dressed up New Year's Eve style, like buttholes showing out, and
New Year's Eve
Your
style.
butthole out.
It's New Year's Eve. Where's your butthole, girl?
Right.
You ain't even fashionable.
Yeah. And so, like, all these people kept on coming up for money and stuff, and her response, like, her defense mechanism is just going, ooh, ah! And, like, just like, and people are like, damn, is that girl on crack? You know, like, that. So I think I did the same thing, and I was so wasted, I don't know.
You remember that she had done that.
Yeah.
That comes from a weird place to be like, I'm going to act like a crazy person because
Yeah, that's not
I don't
my
think I could do
style.
that.
I think it's just too much confidence, liquid confidence, you know, like, I'm just going to.
Well, you sounded like you were in another world, man. You sounds like you were so drunk, you don't know what the fuck you
She
were
already
doing.
had her
Yeah.
butthole out. I mean, I guess.
Well, that's normal. It's Halloween.
Cigarette butt hanging out.
It's Halloween. If there's ever a time the butthole will launch.
Will launch?
Yeah. Blossom. The butthole blossoms.
Why
on
did
New
you
Year's.
send me that picture, by the way?
Of what?
He's like, can you do Joe's podcast today? I was like, let me check. Let me see what I'm doing. He was like, it's at 4 p.m. And then I click on my text, and there's just a picture of a dog with a cork in its butt.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, don't. I was like, I don't. And I just wrote back, I was like, I don't like that.
Oh,
He was like,
yeah.
oh, you can't poop. I'm like, don't send me stuff like that. That's such a weird, like, from A to B, like, and now here's Joe's address, the time, and dog with a cork in its butt.
Well, I
did not like it.
You know, that's not real. It's a Photoshop. But I like.
It doesn't matter.
But I love sending random photos. You know, like, and like I asked Tom Segura if he's busy Friday, and he's like, I'm in Minneapolis, so I sent him a picture of a big black guy with his dick out. And he goes, that's unnecessary.
You've done that to me.
Yeah. No, you'll notice none of us are thrilled.
Like you haven't done this to me many times.
I think we've all seen enough disgusting crap
And
that
you
we're not
like-
even like,
Yeah,
I've
oh,
got
but
we're
text
just like,
messages from him.
Instead of
I
sending
open
you
up
that-
the text message and it's an image. You can't see what it is. Like it's at nighttime at a comedy club or something like that. I click on the image and it's a black guy with a giant dick and a white
Right.
guy sucking it.
why is it always funny when it's a black guy's penis?
I don't know. That's funnier.
No joke.
taboo.
This
For
last
white
weekend,
people.
it was my girlfriend's birthday, and she was turning 30. And I was like, I'm going to be in Material Center an erotic cake. And what they do when you call for the erotic cake is they take you through the entire order process and
Right.
at the end tell you how much it is. And
Right.
it was like $200, and we're like not even close.
For a
I'm like,
boob cake?
Why?
For
Because a dick. It's a dick
I
cake?
guess,
How
but-
much is a regular cake?
You have to pay
like
more for the
$10.
dick.
Like it depends on how much. Like at the grocery store
$200 to make a dick cake?
to have it delivered too.
Oh, okay.
But it was like in Houston, it was so uncomfortable because I'm already calling. I'm like, it's like a big, and I had to get a black penis because it's funnier for some reason. Like, get
Right.
a big
Right.
black penis on the cake.
Right.
And then he was like, all right. And he was so over his job. He's like, you want
Right.
cum? You want hair on the balls? I was like, I literally was like, please don't ask me that. It's uncomfortable. He's like, what are you doing? It's what I do.
It's what I do here.
So for
Hair on
$200,
the
you got a
balls.
black penis, and I had them have an elegant birthday.
Yes.
Oh, that's
but-
a good thing to say on it.
Yeah, I didn't want to be like, suck a cock, it's your 30s. Like, so I wrote something nice.
I think suck a cock if it's your 30s would have been way better, actually. Why would you not want to say that?
I wanted to retain some
Dignity?
shred of dignity.
Save that dignity for the tourists.
Save for my 30s.
Yeah, I used to always get boob cakes from my family growing up from like 12 on or something like that.
From
13 on.
them?
From them or for them?
From them. Like every day, that was like the big thing. My dad
Your
would get
parents?
boob cakes.
When
Yeah.
you were 12?
Yeah. Well, what, 13.
And they were actual nipples?
Well, they weren't real nipples. They were made out of like Hershey Kisses or
But you
something.
would see
Ew.
like white Hershey
But it
Kisses.
would look like two
What is
boobs
white
and a nipple,
nipples?
right?
She's cold.
What?
So, but it would look like that, right? It would
Yeah,
look
yeah.
like-
It would look like boobs. It's fine. You know, like I don't think there was.
I couldn't
you
eat
know,
it. I feel like there was like jizz in the batter or
Actually,
something.
I take that back. It wasn't full boob. It was the one where the bikini, but you could see a little boob around, like in it, cakes. But the older I got, I started having nipples. But my 18th birthday, my
The
dad.
older I got, I started having.
Move it up.
But when I was
You're
18,
15, boy. We've changed your cake. Congratulations.
when I was 18,
How
it was
you
a
know.
black one.
Do you think you ever molested that you don't remember?
I hope
it possible?
I hope not. I hope.
Do you think there's something must have happened though, right? When you were younger, that you're trying to block out.
What are you
'Cause
talking
you're
about?
like-
'Cause I had boob cakes growing up.
That is weird.
Why?
Your parents.
I don't
every
know.
week,
It wasn't like.
Son,
let me
we
take it
got
back.
you your
I get what you're saying.
favorite.
They're cleavage cakes.
There
Not
were
like-
cleavage
Yeah.
cakes, and then I think when I was like 16, it started becoming boob cakes, and then when I was 18, it
They
was
do
a black
full-on
black one.
vaginas. Like they
Yeah.
had on the cake list, they had like open vaginas with cum. I'm like, who's like, let me slice into this. This looks great.
In the Midwest, boob cakes were, I guess, more accepted. I don't know.
Social
In the
norm.
Midwest?
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't a lot to do there, right? It
Well,
was really
I
cold.
Think, I think just anything. It seems like people that lived in West Virginia and Ohio.
Is that where you're from, or
I'm
where
from
you-
Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. But I think like that whole little chunk of area. I think people had like a sicker sense of humor. Texas. I remember.
Sicker sense of humor.
Yeah, like I remember, like you'd go
'Cause
to
they're
like
deprived.
yeah, you'd go to these people's houses and they would have like little statues that were some silly and there was a penis involved, like, and that was like at your grandpa's house,
No.
What? Your grandpa's house?
No,
had
none of
penis?
that. My friends had elephants on their
Brian,
parents'
what are you
mantles.
talking
Like,
about? You lived in a sad world.
It's
he's
a
like, you
little
have the boob cake, then you go cut wood.
You grew up in a
the country.
You grew up
It's like
in
a
a goddamn
nutcracker
Stephen
with
King
nuts,
movie.
I don't know.
You grew up in a Stephen King movie, kid.
Yeah, I did. It was a Stephen King movie.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's just it was people were just not
Happy.
had more humor, sexual.
They had more humor,
Had
more sexual humor.
Sexual humor.
Were there more?
It's like you just had pervy relatives.
Yeah, it sounds like
I'm talking about friends and neighborhoods, families. I'm talking
more
everybody
sexual
I knew,
humor than
yeah.
the dirty comedians you're hanging out with here. Like, what are you saying?
No, I'm just saying they were like all. I grew up feeling like everyone had a dirty joke thing. Like everyone's families had like dirty magazines, and everyone's I
Maybe
don't
okay,
know.
maybe like if you find the dad's got like some Playboys and like one or two things, but not like on the mantle here.
Well, boob cakes I think were more accepted.
Boob
I guess.
cakes?
Yeah, I mean I think that was normal for a lot of people that get a boob cake or a cleavage cake when you're 16.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
I believe you. I
don't
believe
know.
you. It's just it seems weird to me.
Yeah.
Did your mom have to order it?
No, my
I
mom
want
would
huge
never give me a
tits.
boob cake. She'd give me Jesus.
Did
cake.
you ever have one of your friends who had like a buddy who fucked his friend's mom?
No,
Did you know anybody did that?
never.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, I knew one kid.
Okay. I can
One
only
kid.
see your eyes right now.
Yeah, I remember one kid who fucked his friend's mom. His friend's mom was kind of a freak, and I think they smoked weed together too.
Well, that's
And
unforgivable.
he banged his friend's mom. She was a single mom.
Was she hot?
I don't
was he
remember.
hot?
I was like 16 or 17, and I think he was a year older than us. He might have been 18. He might have been like a year out of school, and we were sophomores. And he banged this dude's mom.
God, that sucks. For the kid whose mom like
It's
that
kinda
to know that.
crazy. Yeah, nobody was happy. Yeah, dudes don't like that. I remember when.
No, they don't like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, when I was in the Boy Scouts, one of the fucking 18-year-old kids was hitting on my mom in front of me, and it was so
Really?
uncomfortable.
Ew,
Yeah,
that's
one of those,
horrible.
one of the guys who just got out of the Boy Scouts. Well, he's flirting with my mom. About the time my mom was in her 30s, she was still pretty hot.
That's crazy.
It was gross though, being a little kid going, "What the fuck?" Just thinking some dude wants
awkward.
to
Yeah.
bone your mom.
I would imagine that's awful.
I never thought about anyone boning my
That's probably gonna go through your head one day. You're gonna have to tell some little 18-year-old kid to get the fuck away from you.
Yeah.
When you're taking your kid to school.
I do
You
now.
would tell him to take
Do
it
you?
away.
Well, what?
Do you do now?
You would take
I-
him.
Do you ever want to like teach him, show him what's up?
No.
No? Grab a boy by the hair. Come here.
No.
Train him. Train a good one.
I can't. I really don't have a thing for guys that are younger than me at all. So I just get there's a PA that works on our show who is adorable and so cute. And I'm so attracted to him, but not in the way that I want to make out with him, but I know
Right.
he's hot. Every time his name's Joey, and every time I see him, I'm like, oh, baby Joey, so little. Like, I can't. I know he's so hot, but there's nothing. I don't want to sleep with him. I just want to, like,
Cuddle
hug
with
him.
Right.
I have no sexual attraction. Like, I can tell if someone's hot, but I have no sexual attraction to anyone younger
Right.
than me because it makes me feel so old.
Right.
I don't like feeling old in my 20s.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's not attractive. I don't. And then everything starts to hurt. I feel so old as it is because I'm always so tired.
Well, you're very smart for 28.
I know.
You know, that's a problem. Is that a problem? Must be a problem in dealing with dudes. And most guys in their 20s are even dumber than girls in their 20s because of testosterone.
Yeah.
Testosterone fucking clouds your mind and really massively slows down your ability to accumulate information because you're just so busy chasing pussy.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in your early 20s. You
Yeah.
barely learn a goddamn thing until you're like almost 30 when
Yeah.
you're a dude.
I get the feeling that a lot of guys. Anybody comic that knows me obviously isn't hitting on me like
Right.
you know me,
Right.
but I get this vibe that
That's
a lot
nice
of
though, isn't it?
Yeah,
you're,
it's
you're
nice.
totally one of the gang. You
It's
know?
nice, but I get this feeling that comics who I know just from seeing around different clubs or whatever that they're a little afraid of me. And it's not because I want to like hurt anyone's feelings, but if you come up to me and you say something stupid, I'm not going to be like, the money. I'm going to be like, what? And then they get nervous. And then but I don't mean to. It's just like, act like a person.
Right.
If you're going to come talk.
Well, some men are just fucked up talking to women anyway.
Yeah.
Some men are so insecure when it comes to talking to women that they fall apart.
And it so quickly translates to hate.
Yeah. You know what it is?
Yeah.
I realized that when I had a friend who was an ugly dude who broke it down to me once. He was talking about girls. And, I was trying to tell him from a girl's perspective. And I'm like, just imagine if you're a girl and a guy like you is constantly trying to fuck her. I go, and he said, well, here's the deal. He goes, I have to admit, I'm not good looking. He goes, it's just I'm not. So they're not attracted to me. So I have to try harder. I have to try harder and I have to force myself in.
Because someone will say yes.
Yes, someone will give in. Someone will just be overwhelmed by his confidence. But at the end of the day, they get angry at you. And for a lot of these men, it becomes they just have this direct association in their head with women with feeling bad, feeling rejected, and they just want to strike out. And that's where a lot of them, that anger towards women comes from.
On like my Twitter feed or my Facebook, grown men, and this is the weirdest thing to me. I understand guys can be gross. I don't fault anyone for, you're so hot, I want to fuck you. All right, that's what people say. But when I go on my Facebook page and you've written something like, I want to fuck you so hard, I come to like cry, something like that, and your Facebook picture is of you and your wife, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you just had such an uncontrollable boner that you had to ejaculate words on my page. And it's not flattering, or people write, like, really mean, like, I've been on podcasts before, and even probably today, and people will be like, you're such a fucking cunt, I want to fuck your man. And it's just so aggressive, and you're like, why? Because I spoke? Like, men get amped for stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to check my Twitter feed right now.
Keep talking.
Now you're really going to
get it. Now it's going to be terrible.
You guys opened it.
But it happens.
You're going to get so many cocks.
They say a woman scorned is like the worst. I think a guy scorned is probably worse because they get rapey.
A lot. They get rapey. A lot of men, especially dudes who don't do well, they do associate women with being the source of their misery. It's unfortunate. And you know why? Because prostitution is illegal. That's why.
Yeah.
Because if prostitution were legal, there would be brothels and someone could take care of those guys' physical needs. I'm not saying that women should be prostitutes, but I am saying there's some women who are going to be prostitutes.
Some are just better.
And it's not a bad thing necessarily. It ain't a bad thing. It's a service to the community. It's our idea that's bad. What? Yeah. It's okay to massage a guy, but it's not okay to massage his dick. I say bullshit.
I think it should be legal. It would
totally
be safer.
Should be legal. Totally. Should be legal, should be regulated, the girls should be checked. They should do it like they handle it in other countries,
Because we're so, I think we've talked about this, puritanical. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
We're like, by the way, grain alcohol is actually 100. Someone wrote, Brian D. Morton wrote, it's 180 to 200 proof, and Jack is 80 proof.
God damn it! Wow. 200 proof!
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, that hurts my liver just
Smirnoff Ice is 5%.
Dude, just stop it. You just said 200 proof. Just stop and think about that.
I don't know. I don't know how to comprehend that.
That's 100% alcohol.
God.
Right? That's 100% alcohol.
It's like $43 in tip.
Oh my God, what a fucking explosion in your liver that must be. Boom! Your whole bloodstream must be like, what the fuck did you just do?
Yeah. Woo! Need to get a blood transfusion and just add some more.
100 proof is 50%, moonshine is 100%. So that's what someone said. So moonshine is 100%. I'm just reading a tweet.
Wow. Yeah, I've heard some ridiculous high percentages of disgusting alcohols, but that's the highest I've ever heard. I've never heard anything that high before.
Yeah.
200 proof.
I drank a shit ton of absinthe once.
Is 200 proof 100%? Is that what it means? What does it mean?
Yeah, I think 200. I think it's always 50%.
How can you be more than 100%?
Yeah, how could you be?
How does math work?
Isn't it fun to be a comedian and be fucking ignorant?
Fuck math.
When I
mathematic things.
I went to South Africa when I was in high school, and absinthe was legal there, and it wasn't legal here yet. And you hear about the green butterfly and hallucinating, and it's awful. It tastes like black licorice. Like, it's not good.
I liked it.
I did drinking it with the sugar of the thing. I just got shit-faced, no hallucinations, because it's not made with wormwood anymore, which is what makes you do that. You can drink absinthe all day long. You will not hallucinate from it.
Oh, that's interesting. Does anybody make it the other way with the wormwood? No. Nobody. They're done. It's illegal.
In general, it's like poisoning you.
Whoa.
But anyways, you can't, like, it's just, it used to be that way, and it's not anymore.
It's not quite the same as drunk, right? It's a little different. I said, the way I described it, I said it was like a cousin of drunk.
See, I also drank a lot of other stuff.
I enjoyed it. I did it in Vancouver with the what? Whatever.
Made out with like the hottest South African guy.
Whoa, yeah. Wow. Did you like his accent?
Is that your first black
Yeah,
eye?
right.
What if he said something really
He was
racist
white
right
in
before
South
he put it in?
Africa. What?
What if he said something really racist right before he put it in? Because
We didn't have sex.
They get kind of racist. You made out with him though.
I made out with him in a
But think
club,
about
in a
that.
bathroom, and then we got kicked out because I brought him in the ladies' room to make out.
You're a dirty bitch.
I was 21.
I love it. That's what I'm talking about.
So are you a
like the way
horny
you
drunk,
roll.
an angry drunk, or a happy
Sounds
drunk?
horny to
what
me.
kind of-
Why are you questioning it? Why are you
Tired.
putting that angry part out
Tired
there? Tired drunk. Wine. Red wine drunk is the worst.
Well,
you know?
it is.
Ugh.
Can I just? Well, here's my
too
dilemma.
relaxing.
It is.
Worst
My
hangover.
birthday's coming up, and I'm gonna do. I want to do like a full-on asshole birthday where you get drunk and wear like a tiny dress and get a table,
yeah?
right?
Really?
You're
Why
both
do you wanna do
invited.
that? I thought-
Because it's my last birthday in my 20s.
So what?
So I want to have a party like I'm in my 20s. I have a dress
okay.
that's this big.
Whoa.
It's actually a sock, and I'm gonna fit into it.
Wow.
And I'm just gonna bring a bunch of girls with me.
Can we videotape
Can we
this?
just let know what bar
Can
it
let
is
you
and
bring
hide?
videotape.
Can we
I don't know
videotape
what
and
bar-
put it on the
bar it is
internet?
yet.
Here,
Sounds like that would be a good.
can we
internet
smell the
video.
dress the following day?
Smell it,
Who are you?
Brian.
But
So
I
rude.
get afraid because I never drink. I mean, I just don't ever have like a chance to go out and party. I'm afraid that I'll have 2 drinks and be tired and miserable.
Right.
Red Bull vodka.
Well, do you
all
take
the way.
Red Bull
vitamins?
vodka.
Do you take multivitamins and do you eat healthy?
I eat very healthy. I don't
Sleep
take-
good?
I love
Yeah,
Red
I
Bull
sleep
vodka.
13
Take
hours a night.
vitamins too. Do you really?
I need 13.
Well, that's awesome.
I'm a cat. I
That's awesome.
have nothing to get up for in the morning.
That's good though. That's good. You're well rested. But vitamins are important. Even a healthy diet. I believe very strongly in vitamins. I've had health issues that were corrected by vitamins. Take them every day.
Shroom tech.
Take that shit, son. That's Shroom Tech Immune. That's the shit for your immune system.
I've been, even though I eat
Take
healthy,
it.
I've been,
Take
oh,
that
you want
with
to take it with me?
Yeah, it's yours.
Okay.
I'll give you all the other stuff too.
You have a flashlight.
I don't want,
You sure you don't want one?
what am I going to use that for?
You could just practice
I don't want friends to come over. I don't want anyone to come over and see that.
and see that. Yeah.
It could be a novelty item.
I get,
Yeah,
it can be what?
A novelty item.
The other day, I took a picture of me sitting on my couch, and one of my bras was behind me. And someone was like, "Is that?" And it's not like a cute bra; it's like one of these like tan,
Utility
like
bras?
yeah. And I was
Well,
it's
you
so
have
embarrassing.
rather large breasts, so do you have to have special supporting type?
Yeah, do you go to
bras?
Sears
No.
for your bras?
Sears. I'm not poor.
You know you can get.
Oh,
you
look
can-
at the way you said
No,
that.
but-
Oh my god.
Did you know Sears is one of the few places you can actually have like custom made bras? If your boobs are too
not
big for a normal thing, they can.
Really?
They
I don't have
measure
like
you and
freak.
make your
I don't
bra.
have like.
Well, one of
today.
them is.
Well, yeah.
What about
problem
the one
one.
with the teeth?
No, I
The
think
one
you know
that
what?
used to be your twin. Ta ta-da. It's just
Two of them.
bones.
It had a
It has a
nose
spinal column and
There's like
hair.
a little wishbone in there. That's a wishbone and like a tooth.
and a nose.
It cries.
Imagine. Well, we could take it out, but we might have
Point
to
is
remove
the
the entire tit. So you had to choose
My
between
baby
this
tit.
wishbone and tooth-ridden tit.
Sounds like rappers.
Yeah,
It sneezes once in a while.
Yeah, that's a new.
Sneezes.
That's my new group. That's my posse. This is my boy Wishbone, and this is
In Bone Thugs and
Bone-ridden tit.
Anyways, my bra was behind me, and that was embarrassing enough that someone saw that. I don't want a flashlight sitting around my house.
Why is it embarrassing for a bra?
Because it's an ugly bra. Because these are strangers, and I can understand if you deliberately do it, but when someone sees into your home without you knowing, like the fact that they saw that and I
there
wasn't
blood
aware
on
of
it?
it. No, it's an ugly bra. Also, it's not like, oh, that's hot. Like no one's ever looked at like a nude colored bra and been like,
right.
oh, is that to minimize under your t-shirt? It's like it's just not
Wow.
hot.
Right.
Yeah, I could
was
see that.
embarrassing.
I guess if I was a chick,
Yeah.
It's not like
dudes don't give a fuck. Come
Yeah,
over
they
our
do.
House, you find sweaty shirts and shit.
Oh, I thought you meant for looking at bras.
Oh, but
Yeah.
coming over a girl's house and find bras.
You don't want
laying
to see an
around?
ugly bra. A cute bra is fine.
Oh, you're out of your mind. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Really?
fuck- Unless
I
it's
don't
grandma,
give a fuck.
really grandma-ly.
By the time
I'll
I get
show you a
listen,
picture of an ugly bra.
I don't know what kind of guys you're hanging out with, but any guy that gets turned off by a fucking bra laying around,
Nah.
Not turned off, but there are more attractive. Not that I want to turn. I don't.
guys don't give a fuck. Are you crazy?
I understand guys don't
We
give a
have
fuck. I'm
such
saying if you had a
completely
choice.
different idea of what's good and bad and what's nice and not nice. If we walked in your house, there's a bra on the ground, we would laugh.
Yeah.
No, you would, but and I understand guys don't care. Like girls, like, oh, doesn't my underwear match? He doesn't give a fuck. I totally get that. I'm
Right.
just saying, if you had a choice of looking at like a really cute lacy black bra versus like grandma's nude full coverage utility bra, you'd rather see the cute one.
Well, I guess, but we don't give a fuck. It's all for you. Most guys don't give a shit about lingerie. Get that shit off. I want to see your body. I don't.
I
wanna see
agree. I agree.
I don't get turned on by. You can pick your dog up because I have a litter box in here. For real.
Her breath does smell like.
Yeah, don't have your
Nasty
dog eat my
buttholes.
cat's shit.
Come here.
That would be the circle of life. You're such a strange person, Iliza Shelsinger. With your little animal that you take care of and bring everywhere.
Sting.
Yeah.
His face. She could be a mean woman.
Whoa. Yeah, she's got teeth and shit. That's not weird. She's probably developed like kill rats in the sewer too, right?
Yeah, when I give her
What
her
kind of dog is
toys,
it?
she's like, she breaks their necks. She's half long-haired dachshund, half long-haired chihuahua.
What is the first one?
Half long-haired dachshund.
Long-haired
Oh,
dachshund.
I see that.
And
That's
she likes
cool.
to eat
That's a cool
apples.
mix.
Oh.
She likes apples and carrots.
Didn't they make Dachshunds for that very reason? To go after things like that's where they had like long bodies, little short legs, just to go in rat holes or something like. Wasn't that like Jack Russell Terriers?
Yeah.
I know they bred
Something
them
like
for
that,
that.
yeah.
Jack Russell Terriers are aggressive little doggies, going after squirrels and shit.
Does Blanche ever bark?
Yeah.
Is it a barker?
She'll bark at like squirrels and stuff. She's not a social dog. She doesn't care like for other dogs.
When your dog eats poop, does it make you love her a little bit less?
She doesn't do it. It's disappointing. It's like finding out
Yeah.
your daughter does.
It's like getting your
crystal
car
meth.
broken into, yeah.
But she's a good girl. Look at that face.
I know. But
Very cute little
she eats
dog.
poop. And see, that's what my
She
dog
doesn't
does.
actively eat. It's not like she takes it every day.
Well,
She
she's
just-
not going to pass up on it if it's on the
Yeah.
buffet.
Yeah. Fucking disgusting. You
Yeah.
used to have a bit about that, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's fucking gross.
You don't
hate
get
it.
like this with your pets,
I do.
with your daughters. Like, cause you love. Like, do you ever get this like aggressive? Like, oh my god.
With my daughters a little
Yeah.
bit, but not really with my pets. It would freak my cat out, and my dog's pretty big. You don't really want him getting into doing
No, you
that
don't want him
back.
in your face. But when you love something, in my act, I talk about how I want to rip her face off. Like when you love something so much, like you
Really?
just want to hurt it. Like
I think
not,
that's a girl thing.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a girl thing.
that's why relationships always end.
Girls want to bite your face off.
Yeah, they
Brian,
love
I
it so much
you
they want to
so
hurt
much. I'm gonna fucking hurt you, you little freak.
you. Seems like that's true though. Like girls always want to hurt
You.
the person they're with, and me.
Well, it might just be you.
I mean, how many fake abortions did I pay for?
What?
any abortion.
Listen, powerful people.
Can't help it.
Powerful people, this fucking podcast is over.
Yeah.
Iliza Shelsinger, if people want to find you, if they want to catch you out there in the wild world, what do they get on Twitter? You
Find me on
are
Twitter at ILIZA, which you've already a lot of you.
ILIZA, and we
got
will tweet this after the show. We tweeted it before the show as well.
Tweeting it right now.
And do you have a website?
It's just Iliza, ILIZA.com.
Really? How'd you get both of those?
No one spells their name like me.
Oh, that's awesome.
good. Yeah.
Oh, you're so lucky. That's
yeah.
so easy to memorize.
It is, but no one spells like that. So everyone's like, I tried it with an E, and I couldn't find you.
Where are you going to be doing your little stand-up comedy routine?
I'll be this
next?
weekend at the LOL Comedy Club in San Antonio.
LOL Comedy Club in San Antonio.
Yeah, I've got
where's that?
in San-
What part of San Antonio is it?
Is it near the river?
Off loop. It's off the 410 loop.
Oh, okay, cool. And so there's 2 comedy clubs in San Antonio now?
I don't know.
I think there was another one, right? Wasn't there another one? Where did Pauly Shore get punched? The fake punch incident,
right.
remember?
Funny. Oh, yeah, I don't.
You remember that? Like
yeah.
they made a fake video of a
Yeah.
guy beating him up, and everybody got so excited that he got beat up.
It was the
totally
opposite of what they
backfired.
wanted. That's so funny.
It was really horrible, man. That was the first time, because that was one of the first celebrity things like that, where a guy fakes something, and
Right.
and like
Isn't that the one he's like, dude,
Everybody would-
and then he punches him? Isn't that?
yeah,
Yeah.
the guy gets on stage, and the guy's fucking huge, and then the video they released it afterwards. It's him working it out, but the negative comments after the first video were like, "Yeah, fuck that faggot, punch him in the face." Like,
Yeah.
the things, the hate that he received must have been horrific.
Yeah.
To know that people feel like that about
That
you,
they want
there's
you to go
so
down.
many people, and that it was so accepted. There was no one standing up for him. There was no one that was going, "Hey man, In the Army Now is one of my favorite all-time movies." Fuck you. You know, you're the asshole. Pauly Shore makes
Yeah.
millions of people smile.
Yeah.
That was some.
That's hardcore.
That was intense. It was intense. It was
Horrible moment in your life.
yeah. Texas, they fucking party though.
wanna go
I
back.
do love going back to Texas. We haven't been in a while. I think next gig we're gonna do is in Austin. I'm trying to work that shit out for the spring.
You
It's just
don't
always
play
fun.
clubs. You do like theaters.
I do clubs and theater. See, I've been coming to this one club in Austin for so long. It would feel weird if I didn't go
Cap
back
City?
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I performed. I did my first DVD there in 1999. So I can't. That's my spot.
Can I tell you like a really humbling moment I had at Cap City? Aside from when a fan brought a buck knife to meet me, which was uncomfortable.
Did he have it on his belt so you saw it?
It
Or
was behind him, yeah.
okay.
And he came up and he was like, hey, it
That's
was very
normal.
like, what is your problem? When I called and I was like, hey, I'm driving over, where can I park? And they didn't care that I was the headliner. They're like, there's a Hobby Lobby across the street, across the freeway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I
you can just
know
park
that.
over at the Hobby Lobby. I'm like, there's no parking for, no, Hobby Lobby. I'm like, I'll just make the hike
You were
over.
the headliner?
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
that's not even true.
hilarious.
You know, there's a back alley where
Yeah,
they always tell us
they
to
always park right behind
Not
it.
only do they wait for us too, but
I think
we're men. We are men. It's a
that was
difference.
very weird. Maybe I should have been more assertive.
Yeah.
In general, I should be more aggressive.
Maybe was it a girl answering the phone?
Maybe she didn't know, or maybe it was like a manager that didn't know. And I'm not the kind of person to be like, "Do you know who I am?"
Your dog's gonna eat cat shit.
Come here.
She's on her way.
Come here.
You go get her.
Let me see that face.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Cap City.
That's it. You were saying you love Austin, and I was saying I'll be in San Antonio.
Yeah, but you were talking about them not giving you. Oh, this is what I was going to
Hobby
say.
Lobby.
Do you think that that's like a girl that a girl just didn't want? Like she was answering the phone, like fucking female comedian. Thinks she's gonna come in headline. Females ain't even anything good.
I don't, because it wasn't even the first night.
No.
I think it was so many times we don't realize how a lot of people that have jobs in general, you work in a comedy club, they're not necessarily up to, like, they don't really know what's going on.
What's going on. Right.
It could have been that, or maybe there might have been something going on where they were doing maintenance and you couldn't park. It was such an odd thing, and as a girl, it's so quick. It's so easy to get labeled a mean name if you stand up. So sometimes I'm just very like, okay, no problem.
Did you hear that? What the fuck is his name again? That got fired, Eddie Brill, who got fired from Letterman. What did he say? He
said, what was it? Something about how women try to be more like men in their acts, and that's why they're not funny or something. I 1000% think that there's no way he got fired because of that one comment.
Yeah.
Like, let's get serious. I don't know what else he did, but no one stands up for women that much. Like, women get raped every day, and people can still keep their jobs.
Probably just a bad poker hand.
Yeah, but it's different when you're on a show like that.
Where you're the judge, yeah.
When you're the one whose your job is to discern who's capable of being on the show. And if you say something so blatantly sexist and so blatantly judgmental, like he's formed an opinion.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why women can't be funny. I mean, he didn't even qualify with, there are some women that try to be like men, and, that it's a balancing act, which it is. I think it's more difficult for a woman.
I think he just saw some shitty comics. I'm sorry. Like, a lot of them are shitty, and he probably just watched those tapes. And
you're right. Yep.
I've never sent in a tape, so I was actually upset that his sentence wasn't, except for Iliza Shelsinger, she's awesome. I genuinely thought I would be included in the conversation.
Were you upset when you hear shit like that? Like someone said, do you feel like that like gives you like a ramp that you have to like run up where everybody else has like an even start?
I gotta be honest. I feel that my act is just so different than every other girl that I just don't include myself in the same category as most female comics.
Why is that?
I just do. I see the audience. I see my material. I see topics that most women talk about versus what I talk about, and the approaches and stuff like that. And I just have never viewed women as the competition. I think of everyone as a competition, but I just don't. I've never seen a girl.
You really do, though. You really do think of people as the competition, which I always thought was fascinating. Because I was a very competitive person, but I tried to never look at other comics as competition because I think it's unhealthy. I think the way to look at comics is use them for inspiration, be inspired by them. But when it's not like you're playing a game where they can keep you from doing it. It's not like you're playing football and they can keep you from getting the ball.
No, it's not direct competition. It's you're smart about it. I don't go online and watch everyone else and I don't Google other people. It's not like that. But
you don't ever watch other acts?
At the clubs and stuff, and sometimes I'll go on and I'll watch certain ones that I really like, but I don't do it out of being envious. And you keep an ear to it. Oh, he auditioned for that, or she did this, or that's a showcase you want to get.
I like going and watching people online because it gives me like a charge. I get like excited if I see somebody good. Like if somebody sends me a clip, hey, check this guy out, and I go watch and it's really fun. I go, whoa, that's fucking fun. I want to write I get this I get charged up. Like, whoa, I want to create something cool that does to me or does to someone else the way that did to me.
That is the way I felt the first time I saw Dane Cook. This is a long time ago. This must have been 5 years ago when I had just started, and someone took me to the Laugh Factory, and it was like that tourgasm. It was fucking like no one else had that.
When did you start? What year?
I graduated college in 2005, so maybe I started 2006, 2006.
That's pretty fresh.
2005, 2006.
That's kind of amazing, And you won the Last Comic Standing. You've only been doing it for like what, 4 years?
3 years.
3 years. That's amazing.
But when I see comedy I like, it makes me happy. I never think,
when did you start headlining on the road?
Right after Last Comic.
That is crazy.
They were like, by the way, you're a headliner now. And
how much time did you have?
I had 45 minutes.
Already? After 3 years?
Because from doing Last Comic, you just start building. I'm not saying it was the most solid, but when they tell you, by the way, you have to headline now, you have one shot to headline, and if you fuck it up, they're going to put you at the bottom of the list.
And a lot of guys did do that, right?
Yeah,
I fuck it up.
I knew that, and I was just like, I'm not going to give it, I'm going to make sure I have
out of all the people that did really well from Last Comic, it's like you, Heffron, Ralphie May, and a couple other people, right?
John Reap.
John Reap.
Reap.
John Reap did really well. Yeah, of course.
What? Is that Rick Ross?
The rappers
Ew!
texting you? What? He sent you Rick Ross?
No, it's just like some huge
wow.
black guy.
Wow,
With-
big black guy with his cock hanging out.
That is,
Forward me that, just in case.
I don't,
I might need that.
and he's uncircumcised. That's really
That's
gross.
so gross. Speaking of uncircumcised, this podcast is brought to you by the Fleshlight. We want to give thanks to the Fleshlight. Thanks to Iliza Shelsinger for being hilarious
Thanks
as
for
always.
having
This
me
was
again.
really, really fun.
This was fun.
This was even better. We know each other
excited.
better than the last time we did it. It was much
Yeah.
more loose and relaxed, I think.
I'm excited to go.
This one
You're
was a
going
lot
to
of
take me
fun.
fighting. You said.
Yeah, I would totally. I'll take you to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll teach you some Muay Thai. I'll
Muay
take you to a
Thai.
Muay Thai class. Learn how to kick people's legs. It's fun.
Okay.
It's great exercise too. It gives you like something like. It gives you something. It gives you a skill, but it also gives you like something to do at the gym.
I'm going to need something to fall back on when the stand-up
Yeah,
doesn't
you could
work.
be I bet you could be a serious fighter if you wanted to be.
$1 million baby.
You're very smart and you're very competitive. All you'd have to do is do the right steps. You know, don't slack off. Be disciplined.
Don't
Your
wear a
boobs.
bra.
Those are legit too, right? Those
Yeah.
aren't. They're not like
No.
bags of silicone. Well, that's good. Well, they actually have chest
Texas
protectors.
titties.
They have silicone.
Plates.
These things. Yeah, you wear them. It's like a hard plastic. It goes like it's like a bra
Breastplate.
protector sort of
Okay.
a plate. Yeah, I don't know how much it helps. I mean, I don't know what the science behind it is. They've developed some pretty good science for the balls recently. They have some new stuff to
Ball
protect the balls. Ball science. All our best ball scientists have been hard at work protecting your junk.
They've been hard at work.
Hard at work. Clang. Trying different combinations of things and hitting people with balls with fast balls. All right. That's the end of this fucking podcast. Iliza, you're the shit.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you for
Thank you, Red Band.
joining us.
Thank you.
It's nice to have so many cool friends.
Yeah.
We're so lucky. All of us, for real, right? As
So
comedians,
blessed. Yeah, we're
we're so
blessed.
lucky to have all these fucking cool friends.
Yeah.
It's like one of the coolest things about this podcast is this big group of people that we have brought together. And Iliza, you're in the fold. You're in
Thank
there.
you.
You're in the fucking mix.
Thank you.
Please, thank you. All right, thanks to the Fleshlight. Go to joerogan.net. Click on the link for the Fleshlight. Enter in the code name Rogan, and you will get 15% off the #1 sex toy for men. Oh, shit. And we were also brought to you by Onnit, Onnit.com. Onnit, the makers of Alpha Brain, ONNIT.com, makers of Alpha Brain, the cognitive enhancement supplement, Shroom Tech Sport, the endurance and energy supplement for extreme athletic pursuits. If you're into kettlebells or CrossFit classes or jiu-jitsu, try out some Shroom Tech Sport. It is the shit. I enjoy it. I take it before every one of my serious workouts. We're also brought to you by Shroom Tech Immune. There's a bunch of different products on Onnit.com. Go there, check it out. If you go to my website, joerogan.net, click on the link for Alpha Brain, enter in the code name Rogan, you'll save 10% off. And as always, the first 30 pills, the first size you buy, whatever it is, first order rather, if you don't like it, you get 100% money back guarantee. You don't even have to send it back in. All right? We love you, freaks.
Tomorrow, Joe
we'll
Rogan.
see you soon. Yeah, tomorrow. It'll be one of the best shows
Ever.
we could ever put together.
Yeah.
It'll be Little Esther. It'll be Joey motherfucking Diaz, Duncan Trussell, Brian Redband,
Jason Tebow.
Jason Tebow, and me. All at the
Ice
Ice House. It's only like $15, right?
Yeah, IceHouseComedy.com.
And Ice House is, by the way, run by some of the nicest people. The wait staff is cool as fuck. The whole place has a great vibe to it. It's a really cool old school comedy club in Pasadena that's been around since like the 1960s, I think. It's really badass. It's one of my favorite places, and it's also where we do the Ice House Chronicles podcast, which is while we're doing shows there, simultaneously we have a studio and we do podcasts at the same time. Iliza Shelsinger, you've been on that podcast.
I have twice.
Twice.
Once was a scratch. The next time.
And and when we do it, it's really your dog just went in there. Go get. He's eating shit. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
Helping you out.
we're
Clean
whatever
the cat litter.
on it.com. Blah blah blah. Okay, so this Thursday night, how do they get to it? Ice House.
IceHouseComedy.com. We also have a show Friday without Joe Rogan, but a bunch of other comics.
So IceHouseComedy.com. Also, Friday, if you're going to be in Vegas, I am going to be with Joey Diaz and Duncan Trussell. We're doing the House of Motherfucking Blues at the Mandalay Bay. Then the next day, it's Carlos Condit and Nick Diaz. Jesus Christ, the fucking stars have aligned. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be an awesome, epic weekend between two of the best fighters on the planet Earth and two of the three best 170-pounders in the world. And this is going to be chaos. I can't fucking wait. The whole card is nasty.
Yeah.
The whole card's sick. And so that's this weekend. Friday night, House of Blues. Tomorrow night, Thursday night, Pasadena Ice House. For all information, go follow me on Twitter. Follow Red Band. Follow Iliza, Iliza.
Super easy.
And anybody else they should follow? Any friend you want to
Your
plug?
Twitter's nice.
Oh, can I say one thing?
Sure.
Text from Bennett, the Twitter account that I told you about that's hilarious. That has like 1 billion followers. I'm going to show it to you.
Yeah, explain it again.
It's this guy, his name is Mac Lethal, and he's this white guy who's got a cousin who thinks he's black, and the guy sends him texts all the time. He doesn't know that he has this account, and it's the funniest, most ignorant stuff you've ever heard, and he's created this account, but he is a huge fan, and he wanted you to know.
Oh, please, I'm going there right now.
Will you send him a tweet? I'll show you.
Fuck yeah. What is it? Text from what?
It's like TXTS from Bennett, BENNETT.
All right.
All right, that's it. Sorry, the page doesn't exist. We love you, bitches. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.